I like to tell you that. Welcome in, fam. It's a late Sunday school today. We still got to get the Sunday school in.
You know what I fought through just to get her? I evolved so much, I feel like I don't fit her. Out of place, my palate increased, I got a higher taste. I don't want it if it ain't organic. And I don't want to talk if we ain't seeking understanding. And I don't want to chill if proof ain't what we planning. And I don't want to take no pictures if they ain't candid. Catch me in a moment or don't catch me at all. They throwing shade underhand and I'm deflecting it all. But if it's good energy, then I'm accepting it all. Yeah, I'm accepting it all. They try to prosper.
Yes, y'all. Gosh, look inside you for this same God you trying to find in everything else and everyone else. You got to realize it's in you. It resides in you. No one else.
I tried to put them where I'm on, but they ain't listen. I made some diamonds out this pressure, can't say they ain't glisten. I cut them snakes out my grass cause I heard them hissing. It's a marathon, I do the distance. Yeah, the crowd try to tell me I was done for, but I ain't listen.
Nobody's coming to save you.
I had to look inside me.
Gotta look inside you all the time.
I was looking everywhere for a savior.
Looking everywhere for a savior. But that same God I'm looking for a savior outside, always been in me. What you can't, what you ain't. Hey, love, I don't know, you still doing your live? You need to do a TikTok live with your stuff. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, what you ain't. I don't know if it even sent one. I don't know what's up with this thing. Tripping today.
A wise man told me I got a calling on my life. I think I overstand.
It's not letting me invite nothing. Let me see.
I think I get why I lost a lot of friends now. All part of the plan. See, some relationships supposed to land. If they can't grow with you, then they can't go with you.
I'm gonna have to go out and come back in.
I said, don't let the door hit you. On the way out, I told her stay out. See, I'm finding myself, aligning myself, working and I'm timing myself.
I don't know why they did that. How you doing, Islam, y'all? We are getting into a late Sunday school. But we doing Sunday school today. No matter how late it is, Allah is always on time. It's always divine timing with Allah. Always. Middle finger to my oppressor. Whoever that may be. Not at all. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You got to look inside you. Hey, beautiful. I'm glad you're on here because we're talking about something today I know you can add to. Huh?
I said peace and love.
Peace and love. I'm going to get started in just a second, but I know you will be able to give some insight to what is going on here. How was your fashion show today? I love what you got on. I said, oh, I need that. Hey, I need that one. What?
Yes, and I said that as soon as, because I knew, I said, as soon as I get on it, they're going to be like, now, where is that?
Oh, my God. Well, I was like, I need that.
Okay. I can try to order some more, but I know that's going to be hard because of the season.
Oh, yeah, because that's true. You're going to have to wait till the spring.
Right.
Okay. Springtime it is. We'll tell the people, that's even in the room, probably coming in the room about your business while I finish doing this.
Hello there, TikTokers. I'm Fab, a.k.a. Mystery, a.k.a. Tree to Beat, a.k.a. Y'all's Triple OG.
I know that's right, girl. Tell them.
I have a clothing line called ICY. There goes my food.
Mm-hmm.
I I see. If you ever had to say, I see why, you need to be in my brain. Because I see why they be hating. I see why they don't.
I know.
Why we win. I see why that trust account is built up. I see why I got that foreign currency. I see why we spreading this news. I see why we free.
Right.
And y'all didn't know it was free. Today is Freedom Day. Literally on the calendar. It's Freedom Day, February 1st.
Come on.
Down. Come on now.
Reclaiming us, as I like to say. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. You and you doing your fashion haul today was really great because it was like, you're right. We are literally figuring out that we're free, and for you to show people, look, you have to do it you got to do this on your own.
You can't make your own business.
Yes.
This is a bartering system.
Yes.
This is definitely, and that's why I said, like, I didn't go over like $40 on nothing. And then I even told people, like, if you got something I like and you want to trade something, that's a bartering system. Because at the end of the day, we gotta, share amongst each other. We gotta stop going outside to the other people, and it's not going to work.
That's right. Yep. That is so true. So today, what is your do you just have, tell me about your line right now. Is it mainly winter stuff, or what's on your line right now?
Well, you know how I feel about winter and the machine that's falsifying the weather at this point.
Yeah.
So my line is basically more like a tropical.
More tropical? Okay. Okay. Come on, tropical.
Because I feel like this is a tropical planet.
And they
force this weather on us, because look at it outside today.
Girl, at Georgia, it is cold. They got doggone snow. And Colorado is sunny. It's very sunny and beautiful. I feel like the world is like the universe is making its rounds, because it's going to be back hot in Georgia again. Just give it a couple days. It is, but we got to understand too that the poles have shifted. So no longer, I mean, you keep thinking that you've been this illusion of these so-called seasons or whatever, and we've always been tropical. So now that the poles have shifted, you can tell by the way the weather's acting. Even as much as they're trying to control the weather, they don't have control. They're seeing that they really don't even have control of that anymore.
We control the weather.
Definitely.
We didn't even know it.
Yes, we do control the weather.
All we got to do is come to a collective and say, no, it's going to be 90 degrees tomorrow. And trust and believe me, you're going to manifest that 90-degree weather just because you said so.
Exactly. You are the one. We manifest everything through our thoughts. Our thoughts create it all. Thoughts are the cause of it all.
And you know that at some point, like on a serious tip, if you go outside, the moon is over here in broad daylight and the sun is over here.
Islam, definitely. Because the moon is nothing but the reflection of the sun. That's all that it is. It's just a reflection. It's just reflecting off of it. That's why I told y'all, when Venus is the mother, she's the star on high. She's the Luciferian star. So in the daytime, she allows him to shine. She sits behind him. And at night, she comes in front of him to protect him, to give the light, to guide. And that's the light from the moon.
And so that goes back to why on those pictures, because I said this yesterday, you know how on the Jesus pictures they gave us how
he blocks the sun.
Is always standing in front of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Symbolic.
Y'all, esoterically, I'm trying to tell you, these esoteric meanings mean a lot. And we've been so conditioned to be blindsided by stuff that we don't recognize it when it's there. It's so how can we put it? No one wants to believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's such an illusion. They don't want to believe it. But so much stuff.
Look what we've been taught our whole life. So it's kind of hard to adjust to this new eye-opening pineal, decalcified pineal gland.
Islam, definitely. Definitely it is.
Like an overflow. It's like, I'm talking about, I be spotting and noticing so much stuff now, it's not even funny.
Yes, for real. For real.
Like, yeah.
So,
Stuff I would have never even thought I was going to notice. Anyway,
interesting. So I am this present. Hey, Jada.
If you do,
Oh, I don't know, sweetheart.
Right,
Right
we'll
now.
get to the bank so we could.
Oh yeah, we can. Hey, all right. So what we are talking about today.
Now, there's this crazy lady that's on Facebook that be going crazy about Trump, and why was she just trying to call me on Facebook?
No, she wasn't. Girl, stop. Stop.
Crazy lady. I knew she was crazy. Yep, that proves it right there.
What?
She was just calling me right now on Facebook.
Wow.
You do not want the smoke.
No, I don't know why they want to do this. Not today. Look, not today.
Baby, you do not want this wisdom over here.
I don't think you want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. And today we're talking about, and we talked about this the other day. We kind of touched on this, but I wanted to bring it more to where the people can literally see it. Today I'll be introducing what is the Tameri Muur Ascension Temple of Denver. Okay. And I have a slideshow that's going to be, it's on YouTube because I can only do StreamYard, and StreamYard costs too much, so I'm be trying to pay for StreamYard. But over there is a slideshow that's over here, so I'm going to go over that first before we get into this, because I know you'll be able to add some information, and because the people on TikTok are so different than people on Facebook. Like they're
let me tell you something. Facebook, and I hate to say this, y'all on Facebook. I'm not.
Well, I am on Facebook too, so I'm just saying.
I'm talking about the collective of people that is. I'm gonna say is probably 3% of people that has ascended on Facebook.
Oh, girl, 3%. That's it. Then we say it had to be 79.
My timeline, and I got over 4,000 and something friends on Facebook. It's only 3%. I promise you.
Wow.
So it's very irritating.
Wow.
That's why that lady was calling me.
Was she? So she can scream at you?
She's probably gonna be talking stuff, but I might have to shut her down.
Yeah, shut it down.
Man, you're not ready for this. We're going to have to sit down at the conference table.
Yeah, tell her to go on and come to the conference table with you. You know what I'm saying? Tell her to come and see what it's about.
Invite her on here. I wonder if she's on TikTok.
Yeah, tell her come on over to TikTok and she can come on the platform.
You have something to say, honey.
Yeah.
So she be going hard over there.
Oh, do she?
Without that fearmonger.
Okay.
She's so lost. She doesn't know. She don't have a clue of what's going on in real time. And I told her today, I said, I hope you really the universe gives you eyes to see, because the stuff that you're spreading is kind of diabolical.
Not even right, is it?
It's not. Like, she's leading her whole, and a lot of people don't like engage with her, but you know, people be watching.
Oh, so, okay.
And not even comment and say something, and people will take that in, and then you done put them on a whole different path. Like, lady, you need to get your ass up.
Is she an older lady?
I think she is an older lady, and she lives out here. She's talking about making a movie on Kofax. I'm like,
oh Lord. Girl, stop. Wait. You said a movie on Kofax? Oh, okay.
He was like, y'all making a movie, something about Melania, but you need to be worried about my movie I'm making on Kofax. I was like,
oh my goodness. So, okay, so why sisters get Islam, Mr. Carl Brewington, Islam. I trust you all are doing well today. We want to first rise giving all honors, the highest holy honors to our to Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Also giving the highest holy praises and honors to the Mother Allah, the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. We want to give honors to our illustrious and divine prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because without him bringing this truth, no one would know nothing. Not a nobody. Because he brought the truth and he made sure it sat on the record for us. So when these times came, we could go back and reclaim who we are properly. Because even after all this is over, you get rid of everybody and everything else, we're going to have to run our own government. You're going to have to know how to run a government in order to run the government. So the prophet told you he would leave the European here long enough to teach you how to run a government. He never said take them away. He said he would keep them there in that position long enough to teach you, because when everything comes back, after everything shuts down, it's coming back into the hands of the Asiatic. But if you hold no nationality, you hold no rights to the land. If you don't do it the proper way, and if you're not in proper status of yourself in saving yourself, I don't care what you out here screaming, yelling, chanting, whatever you want to do. It's not going to work until you have these things in place. It's the law. It's never changed. The Constitution's been around for a very long time, y'all. So if you ain't read it and you're mad right now based off of what you're seeing that's going on around the world, it's only because you misinformed yourself. Not really that anyone has misinformed you. You didn't take it upon yourself to find out what you needed to find out. Islam. So today, that's what we're going to help you with. Islam, brother Carl Brewington Ill. I can't hardly see right now. So we're going to go over that. So I want to give honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the most highest honors to our illustrious and divine prophet for these lessons that he brought for us. And giving honors to all the illustrious prophets for all the wonderful works. Because here in Moorish Science, we honor all prophets. We don't say it ain't a one. We honor Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. because prophets bring messages. You're never supposed to praise somebody and idolize this person. Everyone's so used to being idolizing things. That's why these celebrities are so idolized. And now that you're finding out what they've done, now your stomach hurts. But you're never supposed to put another God before yourself. I said, God is a jealous God. Well, why would God be a jealous God? Because obviously you're not looking within you to find that God. And you're putting something else before you.
You on mute. I'm sorry.
You good? Did you want to say something? You good? Okay. So that's what this is about today. And my sis right here, Mysteria, gives some great information because she's really doing the footwork of this stuff. I know the civics of it, but I'm not as versed in it as she is. And I love that. But I'm more on the spiritual side of what Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought. Because this has been a spiritual journey for me. It's been something I've had to work on myself. So in order to save myself, I needed to get my spirit right. So I had to spiritually connect first. And even though I proclaimed my nationality when I got up in here, still my spirit had to be saved. I had to save my spirit, y'all, because it wasn't right. It wasn't thinking right. It wasn't doing right. It all thought about struggles, sacrificing, all kind of craziness that my mind was on until this information came to me. So that's why we must give honors to all prophets, because prophets bring you messages. Like people. People are prophets too. They bring messages. Each one of us has a priest within us. We should use that priest within us to teach the things we know, to share the ideas we have. You know what I'm saying? Sis has a clothing line. She also does foot detoxes here in Colorado. So at any time, it's like you have to start connecting with these people, and you build with that. You build what I've decided to build here in Denver called the Tameri Muur Ascension Temple of Denver. So that Ascension Temple of Denver, that's the presentation I'm going to give you today, with some really good juicy information on how this Ascension Temple is going to benefit the people, especially here in Colorado. Because one thing I'm going to say, I walk around here and it seems like everybody is a zombie. I've met you, Sister Ahava, But I know you, known you from growing up. But what I'm saying is to come here and see so many of our people are like there's nothing in them. There's no soul there. Their eyes are just like it's nothing there. Like a soulless form is just here. And so the emotion is so overturned because they don't understand the soul has actions. So they let somebody think for them, whether it's the government, the media, the people that teach them in school, whatever. So they're thinking for them. The soul has actions. Thinking. So if you're thinking off, your understanding's off, your reasoning is off, and your willing to do anything is off. Those are the actions of the soul, not the essence of the soul, though. And being here it's like it weighs on me. I see it through my family. I see it through everything. It weighs on me because it's like, wow, if you only knew within the freedom that you could have if you just tapped into the inside of you, the higher self of you. If you let go of all them desires and your lustful ways and the things you just have to have, and you really took the time to ascend your thoughts, like my sis said earlier, that first eye, that's your first eye. It's not even your third eye. You had that first eye before you got the two. Right. So that pineal gland came into effect way before then. You got to realize there were two hearts being done at the same time, a physical one and a mental one. You got to understand how these things work. These souls don't just go on down here. I mean, there's a soul in that mind too. You got to realize how these things operate with each other. So when you don't have one, which some people come here and ain't got no soul, so they can't connect the soul to nothing.
Right. Soulless.
They're just soulless. And so today I wanted to bring this to us today because the other day, I know I was on high emotions about them children. And so what's funny is there's a dude I follow on TikTok that is he does all the hood news in Atlanta. I know y'all see him. That's my boy. He have on his bathrobe and I'll be out talking about I'm out here on Kelly Road. They done shot at the GPS. You know what I'm saying? He just I love the way he does his news. So he went to McNair Middle School. Now, these folks in Colorado gonna tell me, these administrators that work for the public schools of Denver, that, oh, you can't stop them children from leaving. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something about the difference of Colorado and this whitewash mentality y'all got in y'all's mind compared to what goes down in the South, where they ain't changed the way you will get your butt whooped behind their child. Let their child leave that school and y'all didn't tell them they left. Oh, baby. That's why you seen all them children in front of the school with their signs. Them children weren't walking up nobody's street 6-7 blocks away from that school. Because if any of them black Asiatic women, daddies, mamas, grandmas would have found out them children left that campus, McNair would have been sued and everybody would have been getting beat up. So to all you people that moved to Atlanta to be a teacher, huh?
The school would have had a problem.
Girl. Atlanta, Georgia, them people would have whooped y'all behind their children leaving that campus. All I'm going to say is, don't never tell me.
That was even tolerated in the first place because, like I said yesterday, they always got the school locked up when you want to go visit to see what your children are doing. You got to be buzzed in and you outside for 10 minutes and who are you? What's your name? They got to check the record to make sure you the person that's supposed to come get them. Like, what? And then you getting like, what?
But then someone comes on my thing and says, well, as an administrator, I've been an administrator for 20-some years, and we train our children. Are these puppies? Are these dogs? What do you mean you train them?
Well, she said it right there.
Exactly. I said, here we go. Treat them like animals. We train them to not. We don't even talk about the parents be irate coming up there. So we don't. First of all, that's their parent. Who are you?
No, they're not. See, let's back up. Let's back up for about 53 seconds.
Okay, come on.
You know why they got that type of authority?
They signed them over to them.
Because didn't nobody revoke the power of attorney? That's why.
Okay.
So when they say they train them, they're training their animals at the animal concentration
At the concentration camp. Yes,
okay.
yes.
So pipeline to prison. So yeah, we're gonna train them up to way we want, and if you touch them, we're gonna put your ass in jail. Because they done already said you can't discipline their children. They gotta make sure they got attendance
for their paycheck. Yeah, that's their paycheck. Islam.
This is why let them not be there. They at your door talking about insurance fee. The parent gotta go to court because they're posing as the parent. If you look up parent patre real quick.
Okay, hold on.
So anybody in the chat, put in the definition of parents patre.
Hold on.
See, it just don't happen in the schools. It also happens with the grown folks.
You said patre? What are you saying that spelling?
So it's parents, Patrea.
Oh, okay. I've heard of this before. Hold on. Parent patria or patre likely refers to parents patriae, a Latin, I keep telling y'all everything's Latin, not Spanish. Latin legal doctrine meaning parents of the country, where the government acts as the ultimate guardian for those unable to care for themselves, including you as an adult minority people.
That's what I'm telling you. When you go to court,
they're
practicing parent patre because you did not revoke the power of attorney.
You didn't revoke the power of attorney. Okay, come on, let's get it.
People be like, oh, we have to go change our status and we got to correct our status. No, you don't. You got to revoke the power of attorney from the government.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get rid of it.
Yeah. So we're
the letters out to the Attorney General and over there to the Secretary of State and the IRS, because that's where your trust fund is, right? That's the whole purpose of claiming it, so you can take over your inheritance,
right?
Because until you do that, they're your parent.
Exactly, but that's why you're supposed to proclaim your nationality, love. That's why the prophet brought that, because then that takes all this away. That's what I'm gonna bring you today and show you. Not only in the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights, and the Articles, everything's in there that states it right back to us. There's nowhere that it's not, and just because you don't see it, don't mean it's not active.
Right.
Just because you don't see it.
So they are training children and not teaching.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what this woman said. That's exactly what they said. They're training them. They truly ain't teaching them. So you're seeing, even from that post of her responding like that, tells you they're a part of indoctrination. And I specifically said, I sure hope y'all ain't in violation of the what you gave us the other day. That executive order 13138 or something.
13818. You know why they're in violation?
Because they acted upon. They're a part of it.
But guess what? Didn't you call them and they told you they don't have nothing to do with the public school?
Mm-hmm. They sure did. The Department of Education.
The Department of Education. They're not even supposed to be operating. But since the matrix is so thick, that people mentally think that they have to. It's just like COVID. Okay, let's not. We might not supposed to say that over here, because I don't know how.
Oh yeah. I don't know how it's working now because it's owned by an American now. They supposedly can't. But I don't know. I haven't been on here to really know how we're supposed to talk right now. So.
Okay, so just think about the jab, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are still thinking that they need to go get their rounds, right? So they're gonna give them saline. Because they mentally don't understand that was a whole military operation.
Exactly, right.
So to make sure that the people don't go crazy, so they're looking out for the people as well. It ain't just snatching them up off the street. They're literally looking for it because there are people searching for that Kool-Aid. And they're going to be going to these hospitals and these little clinics, and they have to have something to give them, right? Because mentally, these people think these people are still in the matrix, so they think they have to have this because they've been scared from the fear mongering. So they're gonna give them what, but it ain't even that. You know, it ain't the kill shot no more.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the same with the school. Like they're gonna keep running until people they see they only got one student left.
Yep, that's what pretty much. So I'm gonna finish reading what we looked up. So it's a Latin legal doctrine meaning parent of the country. When the government acts as the ultimate guardian for those unable to care for themselves, like children or incapacitated individuals, intervening in cases of neglect or to protect citizens' welfare, even suing on their behalf for sovereign interests. This power allows courts to make decisions for a child's well-being, overriding parental agreements if necessary, and is the basis for juvenile courts and child welfare systems. So some of y'all are still under that jurisdiction, ain't y'all? That's all I can say. State is a guardian. The state is your guardian.
There's a dead entity anyway, right?
Yeah.
And you're going in as the entity that they created. So they the mama and the daddy over that entity.
Over that entity.
So that's why they practice parent patriarchy. It ain't just about the children. They say it. But if you go in the court and you ask any judge, are you operating under parent patriarchy? They're gonna tell you the case dismissed. Because you just exposed that you're not a child. I'm not your child. I have a mother. You have to stand up before you. That's why they do that. All right.
Sit down.
You gotta stand up before me. I'm the mama.
Yeah.
But when you ignorant like me and sit back and kick your feet up and let the bitch see the bottom of your shoe, they're like, here she come with her bullshit. Exactly, because I don't stand up. I don't stand before y'all.
Right.
Sorry.
Boy, stop chewing on stuff. Right, exactly.
Yeah, it is disrespect, but guess what? You disrespect. No, it ain't. It's actually claiming. It's letting them know. It's letting them know in the gurney that you're on the land.
Yep.
You're not in the water. Because as soon as you pass them two little double doors, you done gave them jurisdiction.
You're in the water. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I don't want to get too far off subject. Okay. So we're going to talk about that today, though. We really are. How these are affecting us. I'm going to share my screen over here, but I'm going to read to y'all what I'm sharing my screen over here. We're going to start up here. Because I think this is where we left. We kind of were like in this the last time. Hold on. That's not where I was. Hold on 1 second. Let me give it this. Hold on. Because there was a lot you gave us the other day. And I looked into it. I was just reading it. And I was just like, wow. Like, it's just so in our face. And so not hard to miss, guys. It's really not that hard to miss.
I'm here. I'm just eating my sandwich. I don't want to be
You good. That's fine. Okay, so over here on StreamYard, I'm going to share my screen so I can introduce this to you guys first before we get into this presentation. Share. All right, so this is reclaiming the estate and the alchemy of ascension. That's what this is about. Connecting our indigenous lineage to administrative law. Presented by me, Latay J. Bay, for the Tameri Muur Ascension Temple of Denver. There are 5 pillars that are our core values in guiding this Ascension Temple. The core values guiding the Tameri Muur community and philosophy. Of course, our 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Amen. Our mission is moving humanity from civil death to divine life through transformation, empowering individuals to reclaim sovereignty fostering connections within indigenous communities. Also promoting awareness of birthrights and legal frameworks. Because we have to do this in the proper way for our people. We have to give them a place to come to be able to do these things. We can be out here and talk to them but we need to literally physically be able to help our people that are really wanting to be helped. For those that don't want to be helped, don't worry about it. It's not for you. But for those that need to be helped, this is why I've decided to bring an Ascension temple to Denver, Colorado. Our operating framework, understanding that we, as the Tameri Moorish Ascension Temple, are a 508c1a as a legal foundation for our sovereignty. We're operating in the private, non-commercial realm. Legal foundation supporting sovereignty and autonomy. So we're going to make sure you can see where you legally have autonomy and sovereignty over yourself. But you got to do it the proper way. You still got to do it the proper way because the government is still going to be here. Now you got to know how to operate in it. The private and the public, you got to know how to operate in it. In everything you do from this point on, banking, everything this is going to be very vital because you won't even be able to get probably a bank account without knowing your nationality. And if you don't have a divine creed, they may not even give you that anymore. So you gotta be real about your stuff. So the legal key, understanding the UC 1-103 and its implications for common law. The rule, common law remains in force unless displaced. Do I need to read that again?
One more time.
The rule, common law remains in force unless displaced. Okay? The second bullet, the secret, alignment of the living soul over the merchant. Your living soul must be over the merchant. The third bullet point, the application, reserving your rights to avoid contracting away your life. So we're talking about don't contract away your whole life because a lot of y'all think, oh, well, just because you don't have a driver's license, that there's other ways you've contracted. You contracted on these social media platforms because it ain't yours. Nobody's on Fanbase. Fanbase is totally owned by us. And anyone that invested into Fanbase, I know you can't do it now, but it was a point where once you invested in it, you were a shareholder in Fanbase. Isaac Hayes' son owns Fanbase. So while we talk about we ain't contracting, yeah, we are. All these social media platforms has your name, your address. So you are public information. Each and every one of us. They could come and see you at any moment if they wanted to. And you talk about they don't have, no, you got to learn how to take autonomy back over you and sovereignty back over you. That's why Brother Ben X kept telling y'all, won't you buy the rights to your intellectual property? Your intellectual property. You sit up here and give all this knowledge on these platforms. That's your intellectual property, yet you don't own it. They do. And ain't nothing y'all can do about it. So we got to show how we get reserve our rights back to avoid any of this stuff. Any of it. Because the prophet said, I brought you everything to save a nation, save yourself. So it's deeper than just this surface. We got to go deeper, y'all. The bloodline. This is also going to help you uncovering the indigenous roots of your ancestry and heritage. My maternal line is Choctaw or Choctaw, my chief lineage, which is the chief lineage of my family, and Cherokee. My paternal line is the Olmec, the Cuban, and Cherokee. The connection, the Moors of America. We are the original inhabitants. Because the Moors, everywhere they went, they took themselves, whether you want to proclaim that's what you are or not. Whether they was dirty dogs or not. You still got their blood in you. The Italians know that blood is in them. That's why the Italians don't take no stuff. because they got that Moorish blood in them, and Moors didn't play no radio. So when they brought they 6 nations over here to mess with these Moors, it took 6 nations to take us down. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. If it took 6 nations to take us down, obviously it wasn't so easy to take us down. So this is gonna help you all trace your bloodline. I'll trace your bloodline. You can understand what Canaan means and what Africa, you can understand what all that means. So you know how to place yourself. Because see, as Moors, we don't proclaim one place. We proclaim the whole planet. Because we know everywhere we went, we took ourselves. We were travelers. We changed the world. We brought everything to everybody. Cobblestones, the streets, the lights, the medicine, the hairstyles, everything. The way you set the plates on your table, the silverware, all of that. We brought that. The Moors, nobody else. I don't care. French style clothing, the Moors. Y'all want red bottoms and all these fancy shoes, the Moors. Italian suits, the Moors. Everything. Even when you're watching cobblestones on these buildings, these old buildings in Colorado, Chicago, anywhere on this bad boy, it's showing you the remnants of the Moors, because the Moors are the only ones that carve stuff like that, baby.
You know what you said that just sparked my attention?
Mm-hmm.
When you said we were travelers.
Uh-huh.
That's why they had to monetize and make it driving instead of traveling.
Islam. They need to know where we going. Why they out there? Mm-hmm. Always traveling. Where they going now? Where they gonna go set up the next empire? Because you know the Moors, we empire people. The status. Understanding the distinction between U.S. national and citizen status. I'm a national, y'all. Period, point blank. American national. Section 111 is the administration of the immigration system. Defining the U.S. national, 8 U.S.C. 1101. The indigenous people are nationals, not aliens. So that means we're not subject to the INS. Do y'all know what the INS is? Has to do with immigration. I'm going to tell y'all what the INS is. I was asking them so many questions. Like, oh, wait, let me go back to this, because I want to make a point about this merchant and sovereign thing, because you said something about water, right? Where's that merchant? Hold on. Let me go back to this merchant. Where did I see that? The merchant. There it is. Okay, so I want to say something with this. So, like she said, you know, you go in court and you bowing down to your mama and daddy. That's the judges, right? Well, my father from on high, Allah or the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, emphasized this to me because it serves as a protective barrier for my estate and your estate. Here's how that logic breaks down. The merchant versus the sovereign. The UCC is designed for merchants. By invoking the principles found in 1-103 or 111, you are telling the court or the system, I am appearing here, but I am not a merchant. I am a living being, and I am bringing my common law rights with me. See? So those are your preservations of rights. It ensures that you don't contract away your ancestry or your rights by accident just because you are using a bank account or a driver's license. Didn't I just say there's a way that we take an autonomy and sovereignty back over ourselves where there is no contract with these people? So stop saying okay to everything. And every time they send you something in the mail, you signing it and sending it back. That's you doing that. You doing that goofy stuff, talking about you owe them people. I told a creditor the other day, send me the original.
It was the gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving, boy. I swear people are the gift that keeps on giving.
We are the It's that
keep on giving, won't stop.
We're going to give a mortgage every day. If people think mortgage is just about houses, a mortgage is a credit card bill, a water bill, a light bill, and it's dead. Mortgage.
It's dead. It's mortgage, and it's actually, and when you really dig into it, it's an insurance policy. And if you had to have an insurance policy, you must need a body. So the bodies they use for your mortgages are the people in prison. So you're still the gift that keeps on giving. Talking about free my homies. But if you gonna pay that mortgage, you're just constantly keeping your homie locked up.
Right.
Because they need that body for that mortgage. You ain't never went and got no loan and they gave you no dollars in your hand. They ain't never put no fiat in your hand. So how can you say that? They gave you an IOU. And if they did put fiat, like we told you the other day, it says reserve note at the top. So it's an IOU note that says I owe you. That's what it is.
Here's why you got to pay it every month.
Islam.
If you use your 1099s and discharge the full debt, or even if you got recurring debt and you use the A to pay your stuff up for 3 or 4 years, then
okay.
They know you know what you know how to do your own banking. But if you study sending them remittance coupons in there, you giving them gifts out.
Right, you giving them out.
They give every month off their own interest. The gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, okay. So, by regaining our lost estate, by understanding that UCC must yield to common law, you are teaching. So, we are teaching mothers and the community members that they have a superior claim to their own lives and property. This is why we doing this. This is why. It's going to also help you in your status correction. In Moor science, this is a part of correcting the record. You are moving from a debtor under UCC to a creditor under common law. Okay, so this is why I decided to really put into the Ascension Temple here, for these reasons. So a part of the Ascension Temple is called the Soul Center. So the Soul Center's mission is empowering mothers and families to reclaim their birthrights and financial sovereignty through education. We're going to be teaching mothers to be accountable and reclaim birthrights. When I say that, teaching mothers to be accountable and reclaim birthrights, we're going to be having where we'll be able to teach doulas, where we'll be able to bring doulas in. We're going to have doula classes because we're going to start these babies being delivered at home. So by reclaiming your birthrights, we're going to teach you how to reclaim those birthrights. Number one, by being able to have this child at home, sit with your placenta, have time with this for your baby to get everything they need before anybody just snatches it. Yes. And let the umbilical cord do its thing. I know mothers that let it just come off with the thing by itself. Yeah, if they carry the baby.
These people cutting all on our kids.
Yeah. The circumcisions that you've allowed, that we've all allowed our sons to get. Because if I would have knew, wasn't none of mine been getting them. But doggone Lee Daniels told you in the thing. And so did what's her name? Sandra Bullock. She said we take the skin of some little people and eat it. Lee Daniels said they put it on their face and wash their face with it.
Yeah. Episode where the lady was on there telling him to put and he was like, "What is it?" And then she was like, "Oh, it's just, trying to say in a cute way, blood from a baby." And Steve Harvey running, I'm getting younger. Like they gotta put it in your face.
Yeah, they got to. They got to. They have to put it in your face. So we want to be able to, when mothers have these babies, they know the accountability in reclaiming these birthrights. So these birth certificates, no. As a nation of people, we'll have our own records of that. But a birth certificate to sign your child over to the state so that the state has autonomy over your children and their sovereignty. That's why she just told you it's called parent parte. So we have to teach our young women, these mothers, these women that are having children, just now having children, how to take care of that. What our brothers say? We definitely need these civilization lessons. We lost this knowledge.
Well, we didn't lose it. Let me tell you. Let me explain something to you, baby. We never lost it. They put us to sleep. We never lost it.
We just had to remember.
In the DNA. It can never be lost. But there's a such thing as a lost and found, right? So they put us to sleep with all this indoctrination and all this stuff that they had going on, and through the food and through the heavy metals and everything outside and everything propaganda and brainwashing. So when they put us to sleep, and people take offense to that, but everybody was put to sleep because you could tell some people this, and guess what? They will think you're crazy because they don't want to learn. They don't know that the knowledge was hidden and that they put us to sleep. But see, people are waking up like the sleeping giant.
Yes.
There's nothing they can do.
There's nothing they can do. It's not nothing they can do. Nothing they can do about it anymore. So
we're waking up as a collective at this point. So
yep, that's what it is. It's the collective is waking. I mean, the collective is doing their thing right now. I'm very excited by seeing so many people standing for once. I think a lot of people were afraid to even speak their truth. They had to wait to really make sure that people weren't gonna come for them.
It was okay.
Yeah. But you know, that's
but
what
you know, a lot of people, this is why I teach on my platform all the time. Don't ever worry about what somebody else thinks about you. You will lose yourself thinking about, worrying about what somebody else thinks. You always got to do shit outside the box because everybody is like a follow the leader bandwagon type of.
Girl, they go along to get along.
So I'm not doing it. No, I'm the daredevil. I'm doing it all.
I'm gonna do it.
Let me step out there and do it.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people's not gonna do it, and it's been working for me.
Yeah, you got to definitely do it. You can't be afraid to step out on faith. You know,
demonstrate.
You definitely, but you got to step out on faith too. You got to step out on faith. And if you're afraid to do it, all I would say is you could join the movement. I've done Unity Day ATL where I did a day, and it was for Allah Il's birthday it was July the 20th or June the 20th. It was last year. Well, just 2 years ago. But to be able to do a Unity Day where I wanted people to be able to see the young small businesses, those that don't always get to vend at the big places where we got to pay $500 to $1,000 to vend. I wanted to bring it to where the community had a chance to come in and get some lessons from some amazing people, from Blue Pill, Red Pill, Brother John, YG Cafe. They spoke. I mean, it was just amazing. Dwight Howard's brother, Ja, played the drum, made sure I was secure. That was my security. I told you I got Tartarians on my team, y'all. I got Tartarians on my team. But, you know, to be able to have Unity Day ATL was so great. And I did that thing. Me, Isha, and Joya, 3 sisters, got together. I brought it to them, and they just had my back through the whole thing. Had my back the whole way. We vended. Our AGS, he's a chef and he has a clothing line. He makes Moorish apparel look good on you, brothers. He make Moorish apparel look good on you, brothers. My AGS Seals Bay. And so he cooked because he's a chef. He's a top-notch chef in Georgia. So he cooked. He made some vegan fish sandwiches, and we music and listening to the word and just getting encompassed by good things for us. And it brought the community together that day. It wasn't a big turnout, but I always say, even when I did my Bow Down 99 hair show here in Denver, Colorado, in 99, before I left, did it on my own with my own money. Well, my brother Butter did give me like $1,000. We got to say that. But I only made $10 back from the whole thing. But what I will say to you is I've always been the type that wants to bring community together ever since I was little. So Unity Day ATL will be a Unity Day in Denver too. And also, I also have an apothecary. It's called the 70 for 70 exchange. When I tell you, everything comes from the farm. Whether it's the farm in Georgia from Isha Ra'il, or whether it's coming from Morocco from my sister Eva. We got everything is fresh from the farm. And we will be having our community farms here. We will be starting some community farms around the city because I'm bringing ATL culture to Denver, Colorado. No longer will we sit here and my people be hungry because niggas is lazy and don't want to do nothing. So we got to be able to show our people what this looks like on the other side of what's going on. We got to be able to show them, y'all. So like I said, it's very important that we're able to show the people, but we must, as we show our faces, because me and sis, I ain't tripped about showing my face. For what? Who I'm running from? Because like I was telling my sister earlier, my mom's not here, my dad's not here, my stepmom, my grandmothers. I have so many ancestors on the other side. I wish you would. They wish you would. They waiting. They wish you would. They wish you would. They like, oh yeah, we wish you would. We multiply. We baby kids. Y'all don't even understand that. And baby ain't playing about her children. Baby is not playing about her children. So I want to say this before we get into this next portion of this. Thank you. The alchemy of ascension begins with reclaiming our roots. On here, you can reach out to me on my email, my phone number's on there, and the website to thedrewali.com. Thedrewali.com is everything Moorish, from backpacks to sweatshirts. We have everything over there because we want our children to go to, if they going to go to these schools, let them go to school with their stuff on it, with their sigils and their energy. Stop sending them to school with all these things that ain't got nothing to do with you.
With these cheap Jordans that cost $250.
Girl. Thank you. Let's start making our own shoes. There's a way to make your own shoes now. Sis got her own clothing line and it's beautiful. So y'all be trying to make excuses why you can't do stuff, but you could go spend money on everything else.
Yeah, and then even down to the, like I was on both lives today and like I really don't be tripping off of it because like I said, I have so much stuff. And I just been holding on to it. I'm really just trying to like off it now, like just get rid of it so I can do a whole new
line.
I said like I probably wouldn't get that many people on Facebook because again, only 3% of people over there, they don't like my delivery. They don't like what I talk about. They're narrow-minded. They're not open-minded. They believe in every bit of propaganda that they see on the news, that they see on these platforms. So I just pressed my luck. I said, people just don't like me for what I believe in. But guess what? It don't matter. I'm going to put mine out there. And there's so many places I can get in my trunk of my car.
Yes.
Take it way back.
Come on.
And be on Federal and sell out. Like it's nothing.
That's how most of these people that really sold their albums, Luda came out the trunk first, Too Short came out first, Master P came out his trunk first. Is you serious? We've always done this. If you paid attention to Baby Boy, doggone Tyrese was slanging out the trunk with them clothes.
I promise you they should. Dresses for women.
What? A fine man like that walk in the shop trying to put a dress on me, baby, you sold.
You know he sold out. They was hunting him down.
Girl, I'd have been hunting them down too. About what else you got? But what I'm saying is we have so much in us that we just make too many excuses of why we can't do stuff. Right. And I see young folks doing it all the time. So my main thing, even for Denver, is finding the young entrepreneurs. I'm looking for all young entrepreneurs with their own businesses. Their own, whether it's clothes, whether it's treats. My great niece has puff pastries on lock. Her doggone, oh my God, peach cobbler cookie is the doggone, I don't know, good. I'm going to have to give you one, girl, amazing. So when I say looking for the young entrepreneurs that want to get out here, even with my sis, I mean, want to get out here and really do some things. then you have to start vending. You have to start getting out here vending at events to get your name out. These platforms don't always work. That's why she was saying, whether it's getting back in my trunk. Well, I'm going to tell y'all how we roll in Georgia. Vending is a lifestyle. It's a whole lifestyle out there. I have friends that can make $3,000 in a day off of stuff they make themselves. It's not made in a manufacturer. They're literally at home sweating tears in the garage, in a room, doing their thing. My nail tech is a Asiatic sister, is a black nail tech with her own skin products, her own nail stuff, sits there and makes it herself. Her sister has the best candles in the world. I'm telling y'all, vending is the thing. If you want to get your business out there, start finding these vending opportunities. Put together an event where you can invite vendors in. And you ain't got to be expensive. Because I got one coming. It's going to be $25 a booth. 25. Your first $25 is all. You got to make that back. Everything else is your pocket. That's how you look at vending. If it wasn't for my brother Kendrick, shout out to my boy Kendrick. My boy Kendrick taught me that vending thing. That's where I get my Ethiopian clothes from. My boy taught me how to vend. He was like, if you got to realize when you vend and you spend $1,000 on that booth, you gonna have to give away $1,000 worth of stuff before you make your money back. Because now you got to sell $1,000 worth of stuff before you see profit. So always look at vending like that anyway, as in business. Make sure if you're gonna spend that $300, make sure that crowd you're gonna be able to make $300, at least make your money back. Because if you don't, you're gonna be pissed.
Right.
You're gonna be pissed. So that's the best thing I could say. That's a good way to really get yourself out here, especially if you're not getting the traction you want on these social media platforms. Because these social media platforms, they run for the Cardi B's, the Beyonce. They want somebody that somebody's looking at all the time so they could be seen. They don't believe in supporting the small businesses. But when you get out here and start vending with these real people that really get out and love festivals and love handmade stuff and really appreciate that you took the time to make what you made, your price ain't even gonna mean nothing. While these folks is scattering and acting like scavengers over stuff that cost $1,000 and probably got crap in it. No children's body parts, let's say that.
No, for real.
So that's the best way to get you out there. You know what I'm saying? And
it's to me. Let me add to your wisdom.
mm-hmm.
It's almost like me just thinking about like I started this clothing line in 2000, right?
Mm-hmm.
2020. I don't know why I keep saying 2020, and that's when everything went to hell, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I didn't plan it. So planning is so important. I just went and got the material. I just took a leap of faith, basically, and drove way to California, got everything I wanted, spent all this crazy money. And I ain't made half that money back that I spent, but I'm not like tripping off of it because I know my networking was jacked up to begin with. Like I wasn't putting myself out. I just was like, I'm gonna start this, and boom. Got all the stuff. But then now I'm looking at it like it's from you got to think from 2020 to now. It ain't even about marketing yourself. It's about frequency. It's about with the correct people.
I'm new to this technology because I've been in prison for 32 years. That's valuable information for me. Islam, brother, welcome home. And I'm so glad to see that L on your last name.
I'm a check lady. I'm always thinking about a check. Baby, you need a 1099A that case, please.
I know that's right.
32 years, you are a multi-trillionaire. You need to go, honey, go look up your case on TDA, Treasury Direct Account. Go type in the case number and holler back at us.
I know that's right. Well, you know what, Brother Carl? That's why you got sisters like us on these platforms that can help you with gearing toward what you need to do. I mean, 32 years is a long time to be gone. So I can only imagine everything is so different for you. But
let me ask you a question. Was there an injured party in your case?
I hope he's still there. You're so funny.
Everybody did. What's her name? So that he did that.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to say what the INS is. The INS is the Immigration and Naturalization Service. That's what the INS is. It was the federal agency that handled all things related to citizenship, residency, and aliens in 2003. It was abolished and its duties were moved under the Department of Homeland Security, splitting it into three branches. The USCIS, which is Citizenship and Immigration Services, handles the paperwork and status. ICE, since 2003, ICE has been around, y'all. Immigration and Customs, because I had a client that worked for ICE when I lived here back in when did I come back? 2015 to 2018. I had a client, I used to do her hair.
Who was president in 2023?
2023?
I mean, you said 2003.
2003.
That's how long ICE been around?
ICE been around since 2003.
So who was president in 2003?
Wasn't it Bush? Was it Bush? Bush's ass, yep.
Peeking behind the bushes.
Peeking behind the bushes. And Bush released them Epstein files first. Obama hit him. So the ICE immigration and moving right along. Immigration and Customs Enforcement handles the enforcement. CBP is Customs and Border Protection, which handles the border. There's three different sections to this. So I want to say why the code 8 USC 111, which is now 8 USC 1554. The reason this code is so important, because you're kind of talking about this now. The reason this code is so important for this is that Section 111 originally defined the officers of the INS. So the key point is sovereignty researchers look at these sections to show that the INS was created as an administrative service to manage foreigners and corporate citizens.
See?
If you are an indigenous national, I told you I'm a national. Call it what you want, be mad. I'm a national. Choctaw, Cherokee, Moor, however you want to say it. You aren't an alien or a subject of the INS. By citing these codes, you are pointing out the specific office that tries to claim jurisdiction over people. And you are declaring that as a living soul of the land, you fall outside their administrative reach.
And that's under what code?
That's 8 USC 1554. It was 8 USC 111. But it's now changed.
I'm about to write that in my affidavit.
Yes. So it also says, let's see, Immigration and Naturalization Service was administrative.
It don't cost y'all a thing to tap that screen.
Yeah, tap that screen. Thank you. Okay, so it says Immigration and Naturalization Service was the administrative gatekeeper under 8 USC 1554. You can see the structure of their inspectors, but for those of us with indigenous birthrights, we are not under the naturalization process. It's different. It's naturalization, national. Two different words, y'all. Two different words. Naturalization, nationalization. Okay, we are already the heirs of the estate. So under the naturalization process, we are already the heirs of the estate. And they know this. They know this.
Here's why you can do a FOIA. I was telling her this yesterday. You could do a FOIA and do a person-centric search. But you have to make sure you say that because they be trying to play too.
Mm-hmm.
But like now, I had got my FOIA in 2023, and I had to do it 6 times before they finally gave me the verbiage I wanted to see, which states we searched the person centric and we did not find you as a U.S. citizen, and it'll tell you that. So go into these tribunals and these military confinements, prisoner of war, trying to transfer you to the POW camp. Like, they got a lot of nerve. I just be getting pissed off, but it's like, if you go in there and they like, are you a United States citizen? And you say no, they have to drop it because they can only tax
That's true.
a U.S. citizen because a U.S. citizen is a taxable. Everything is a taxable event.
That's a subject.
That's why you can write to the Internal Revenue Criminal Investigation Bureau and have all your cases challenged because who is paying the taxes on these cases?
Right.
You are. Right. So you got to report them because they are committing tax fraud and tax evasion by even contracting with you, and you done already told them, I don't contract with you.
Exactly.
But they'll ignore that because you got the plate on your car, or you got the driver's license in hand, or you got the car insurance, or you.
Right.
So they say, well, what's your address? Because if you say, well, I'm not under your jurisdiction, well, what's your address? And then you slip up and say, I live at 32. They got you.
They got you because now you've given them.
Body. That's where I live. Where you live? I live in my body.
My body. I'm a living person. So the status code of 8 USC 1101A21. The power. Okay.
Well, I'm playing. No, my little book is full, man. Where is my little book at?
Because nothing's a secret anymore. I mean, people can be walking around here thinking all this stuff is a secret. There ain't no more secrets. The prophet took all the covers off of all secret organizations, baby. So why everybody be talking about secret and you should be saying that, man, y'all need to know what y'all need to be doing with your life. Because the rest of these folks ain't going to tell y'all what to do with your life. They're going to hide it from you. They're going to keep it from you. They're gatekeepers. They just told you that this was... Yeah, they just told you that this is the this right here was a gatekeeper. That INS is a gatekeeper. The status code 8 USC 1101A21 is the power. This defines a national as a person who owes permanent allegiance to a state, the land. I owe permanent allegiance to this bad boy. Call it what you want. I do. The pivot. Let me tell you where the pivot is with this. That you are a national of the land, Moorish indigenous, which is different from being a 14th Amendment citizen of the federal corporation. This is why once you proclaim your nationality and you got those titles on your name, you no longer fall under that. Period. Point blank. Once you do that, you're none of that to these people. And they know it. That's why I can walk in any courthouse, any building with my turban on, with my pendant. I can be beaded out. They're not going to tell me to take nothing off. But they're going to tell everybody else take their stuff off because they already know I'm operating as my proper person as a national. Not as a citizen. So you're right. I never had to stand up. I could sit down if I wanted to when they kept telling them folks stand up in court. Straight up. Like, that's real. Yes. That's real. That's real.
I'm raising the dead up in here. We're not rising, baby.
We ain't doing none of that. So that one gives the power to you. That you're not nothing that they keep trying to tell you are. None of that. So with 8 USC 1554, formerly 111, the power. This governs the INS officers and their stations. The pivot. This proves that the INS and now DHS is an administrative service. It is for aliens and those seeking naturalization. That's what this is for. So even the Department of Homeland Security got nothing to do with us. Why everybody talking about they coming for them? How? Unless you're unless you're an alien, or you seeking some naturalization that you ain't naturally from this land. Since I am already the heir of the Olmecs, the Choctaws, and the Cherokee, I'm not an alien. I don't have to be naturalized. I'm a Moorish national being recognized. I just told you they recognize. They recognize Moors. I don't care where you go. With a Fed, they gonna know who you are. Oh, that's one of them Moors. So no matter how bad they talk on them, no matter where they go, they're recognized, and they have their own government already. So when this go down and it ain't one, we have a government that already gave us our constitutional laws, bylaws, our divine creed. We have authority. So we don't have to be up under no one, because Prophet Noble Drew Ali already took care of all of it for us. All of it. It's just whether you want it or not. If you want it, it's here. He gave it to us. He gave it to us for this reason. It's for all of us. It ain't for some of us. It ain't for niggas that think they smart. It ain't for none of that. Right. It's for all of us. The prophet said this is for all of us. This is a universal message. And it's supposed to be taught universally. And he brought it in a language of our own. That's why it's in our language and nobody else's language. We don't have to read Arabic. We don't have to read Latin. We can read the prophecies right here. What he did, he took he went through every hall of learning, whether a Christian, a Buddha. That's why we honor all prophets, because he went through all halls of learning to learn these things. He was an Egyptian adept. He was amazing. Most likely a magician. Call it what you want, because we deal in magic. That's all they've been doing to our people this whole time, is dealing in magic. Have they not?
And they deemed our magic
satanic. Told you better not honor your ancestors. That's devil. That's evil. That's the devil.
And have you noticed nobody even started talking about ancestors until, well, I know I didn't, until till I started ascending to the information. And it's like the first thing came to my mind is, dang, they never talked about ancestors, but they want you to pray to all these idols and stuff like that, but they just forgot about the ancestors. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, well, I've been into ancestors for a long time. Very long time. I talked to my ancestors when I was a little child. That's how I would always be so clairvoyant to know when things were happening and when things were actually happening, right? And so, oh shoot. And so when I was in Georgia and I started being around the conscious community, the Pills and Tassili and all them, I really started tapping in more. Like I really started understanding what that meant to tap in with your ancestors, because even Garvey says, in More Science, we learn a lot about Marcus Garvey. And Garvey says, you could catch me in the whirlwind. Meaning when them hurricanes come and all that, no, that's me. He was already they already tell you to look for your ancestors. If we don't praise our ancestors, then how we can really coin and say we honor them in any way if we ain't giving them no kind of praise for what they done? You know, we ain't giving them nothing. We just sit back like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, you know, I'm my ancestors' worst nightmare. But you're not, because you ain't doing shit. You are their worst nightmare because you ain't doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. So yeah. So with that, we are just we're just remembering, like you said, we never lost it. We were just, our minds were taken. Our minds were literally colonized. On purpose. And we sat there and just said, okay, I'm going to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and just let them colonize me and not fight for it. That's why we're our ancestors' worst nightmare.
And I blame it on the collective, because you have to realize that we was just doing what everybody else was doing. So when it comes to, that's why I had to learn how to get outside the box of stuff. Like,
yes.
I'm like, I'm not following these people. I can't do what
No.
I don't think you're doing the right thing. It was like, you know, your gut feeling, you always have that conscience. Like you said, there's people that's soulless, but there's people that have a conscience.
Yes.
So the ones that got a conscience, those are the ones that could think outside the box to me better. But still, if everything is being done a certain way, we're going to do what everybody else is doing because that's what they taught us. Like, this is the way this is supposed to be done. Take your children to school. That come with that birth certificate and that Social Security card because that's our paycheck. We not knowing that this was a monetization thing.
Yes.
We not knowing that we was contracting with the Department of Education, who is only here to deem our children their children.
Yes.
And put them under laws so where they can somehow take them from us. Because that's what it was all built on.
It was built on it. Yep. That's
so
total fact.
To me, it's just like you have to deprogram and reprogram and forget almost. I know this sounds crazy as hell, but you got to forget everything you was ever taught. That's how I got to where I'm at now.
Yep. You have to empty out your cup, y'all. You have to. You even in Moor Science, you can't come over here with a full cup talking about all that extra stuff you trying to bring in it. Right. You got to empty your cup out when you come over here because what you thought you knew probably ain't really what you thought you knew. I promise you it ain't. So she's right. You know, you got to empty your cup out. You got to be willing to. You got to be willing to let go of everything they indoctrinated you with. Empty out and open your mind to new things. Now, I'm not saying everything because some of that stuff you might have to keep in that cup. But just know, don't just have it all filled with that. And your cup can't run over with a bunch of mess in it. It can only overflow with.
Used to be, or probably still is scared, or not even. I'm not even gonna say scared, but be feeling intimidated when you go into these courthouses. Like it's always this gut feeling, like because they got the police in there, and then they got the judge with the robe on, and they got all these weird ass that done rolled up out the bed. The knee highs is drooping and the pants is wrinkled. They ain't brushed their teeth, their hair ain't combed, but they got these computers and they telling you you're gonna take a deal, offering, and then you intimidated by that, right? But think about them like this. This is how I lost all fear going into court. And it wasn't never even really fear because I ain't never really liked the oppressor on that end of it anyway, so I was always a little rebellious, but when it was time to go to court, it's just this gut feeling like, oh my God, I got to go in here with these weird ass people. You got to look at them literally as a business, and the courthouse is a bank. So you're being sued because it's always the state versus you. Never an injured party. They never got nobody coming. They don't even got the police coming in there that gave you the ticket. You got to go all the way down to trial.
You sure do.
In order to see to ever even see him again. And they can run that for 2 or 3 years. And then when it's time to go to trial, they done collected all this money out of your Social Security trust. Then the police officer don't even show up. So then they dismiss the case and you think you won. No, you really didn't win because on the back end is you supposed to say, okay, thank you for dismissing that. But guess what? We got a private side, baby. Let's go and hit that private side real quick. Well, y'all done monitored and got all this. Went to the treasury with my signature playing parent Patrick and got all this money and then filed a 3949A on me and a 211 whistleblower form and said that I was a United States citizen because you never corrected the record.
Yeah, you got to make sure that record's corrected. Like for me, when I went to do mine, like all my documents, I don't care what nobody say because the prophet said follow the laws. I have on everything, whether it's my driver's license, birth certificate, social. Bay is on. The whole entire world is on notice when I went to do mine. The whole world knows that I am a Moorish American Muslim. They know that. So, that's the biggest part of this. So you don't honestly like everything she's doing is dead on point, right? But when I tell y'all, Prophet Noble Drew Ali already did all that. All he said is go proclaim your nationality. The rest I already did. Because once you do that and you start going in there as who you are, this is the remedy. Code UCC 1-1-103. The 111. The Common Law Savings Clause. It says the common law, the law of the land or the people, must be preserved. When you invoke this, you are telling the system, I am not a merchant in your commercial game. I am a living soul standing on my ancestral birthrights. Your ancestral birthrights is the title to the land, the title to your vast estate. The prophet said, I'm bringing you back your birthrights and your vast estate. But you got to have a title to that estate. And those titles are the L's, the B's, the Ali's, the A's, the AL's, and the D's. 5 civilized tribes, whether it's Choctaw, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Creek, Seminole. Same people. Same people, y'all. Same people. So when we are standing, we got to let them know I'm standing on my ancestral birthrights. Not nothing else. These are my ancestral birthrights.
Get that on the record. See, this is why they want to pair you in these courthouses with a public defender.
Mm-hmm.
Because so it's okay. So it's the court, right? It's a basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
So think of you holding court. And I'm so mad that live went off last night, and I couldn't figure out where I found that at because I never found it. But the lady on there was showing how the piece of paper is the court. So even when you first get the ticket, right, or anything, any bill, anything, because this is a contract, right? You want to let them know within 72 hours that you don't contract with them. And see, that's another form of putting it on the record. But when you go into these courthouses, the first thing they say is, you can qualify for the public defender. So go down to the office and apply for the public, because they need that signature.
Yeah.
So then you go down there and you apply for the public defender, and they're practicing Paris Patre, because little did we know, the public defender, the judge, and the DA is on the basketball court playing. They throwing the ball over here. Okay, get her to take a deal.
Come here.
She won't take a deal. Okay, throw the ball back over here to the DA. The DA's like, well, she don't take a deal. That's 30 days of jail. Pass it back to the. Well, could you just think about, because we'll drop this, the fictitious plate, and we'll charge you with, because that's the only way they live is if you plead and if you consent. So they've been getting billions off of the ignorance of us just consenting alone. But I said all that to say, when you hold your own court and you do your administrative process, you want to do it as soon as you get it, as soon as you come in contact with them. You want to let them know from the beginning. Because once you start putting everything on the record, when it's time for appeal, that's a check and a dismissal. That's a whole default judgment. Because you put it on the record. So what you just said, it falls right in line. What is it? 8 USC? What did you say it was?
It is, hold on. USC. Hold on. UCC 1-103, the 111.
Okay, UCC 1-103, 111. Because if you think about it now, the Uniform Commercial Code has a lot to do with even financial, because it's a financial agreement online. Like if you all have done your UCC 1 and you put it under non-UCC when you file it, you in the collateral box, you're naming everything that you're claiming. So you claiming that driver's license number, you claiming the birth certificate bond number, you claiming your DNA, which is your and I know this sounds crazy, but you have to claim it because you're letting them know from the very beginning, you took my placenta, that was my DNA, that was my information. So you claiming all that on the UCC because you're letting them know that you're aware that you was alive when they did all this dead man bull crap. Because that's all it was. Stabbing that foot made you a piece of chattel. They took all that. They even took your footprint. So that's your DNA. So you want to claim all that back on the UCC 1 as a secured part creditor. And what she's saying is, the same as correcting your status. Because once you claim everything back and you lean it, let them come for anything.
Yeah, they don't have a right to. They
$200 billion lien on your person, on your proper persona, and tell you how that works out for the people.
Right. Okay.
Now you put it on the record. So if you come trespassing, you see it's a $200 billion UCC lien on everything, and you can go look at the collateral because it's public record.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's so many ways to skin the cat when you're trying to become free. But what Sis is saying is it was Noble Jew Ali already gave us the whole blueprint.
He did.
On how to do it. Now we got to do it the administrative way, because what are we up against? We're not up against lawmakers. We're up against administrators. People like Walmart workers.
Exactly. She said Walmart workers.
It's like that's what all the fear. I'm telling you. After I read Meet Your Straw Man, I started walking up in these courts like, oh y'all, this is an inheritance meeting, baby. Wait a minute. Let me
what we doing? Right. Let me get my stuff out.
Inheritance meeting. You the judge is a banker. These hoodlums running around here on the basketball court is the little gophers, but everybody's in on the pot. And I'm sitting up here arguing with an empty chair because the state still ain't pulled up. But did y'all know that if the state is a party to the case, they can't even let me say this right so don't nobody miss it. If the state, and now don't they put you versus the state? Did you know that if the state is a party to the case is null and void?
Because what is the state? What does state mean in law? People.
That part.
Those are not the people.
All these court dates and all this fraud, and they don't even have no jurisdiction
to be doing what they do
in so many different ways. And I'm gonna let you finish, but they don't got jurisdiction in so many ways. Let's start with the bar card is out of pocket because that's only supposed to be ran in the 10 square mile radius of Washington D.C. and Trump done turned that into Washington of America. So now he took their home from them. So they don't even their bar cards is bullshit. Let me just say that.
Oh yeah, it's over with. That's done.
It's done. It's done. So it'll be real easy to claim who you are now than it would have been before.
Exactly. You're so right. So where we're gonna find all of these clauses to show you that this was already done a long time ago, I'm gonna take you into the 9th Amendment. It's the Infinite Rights Clause. Where do you find this? You find this in the Bill of Rights. Okay? It's the 9th Amendment in the Bill of Rights. And it specifically says the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be constructed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Right? So this is how this works. This is the 111 of the Bill of Rights. It literally says that just because a right isn't listed in the Constitution, it doesn't mean you don't have it. This codifies your unenumerated rights to your ancestral heritage and indigenous status. You are the people who retain the rights that the government cannot disparage. I'm telling you, the prophet already brought this, been here forever, y'all. Most people ain't never read their Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or none of that. To know that this stuff was already in here. Our ancestors wrote this bad boy.
And the organic Constitution, and gave them 100 years to rip the runway, and 100 years is over.
But even with that, it's the de jure Constitution, and the only thing they added all these 14s and 15s. That's not our Constitution.
It was only 1 through 7.
1 through 30. Well, 1 through 30.
1 through 27. I'm like,
well, and you're really supposed to have 13 because 13 is a high number. We're talking 13 sibyls. You're talking 12, and those are sisters. Those are women. So 13 is a high number. Jesus had 12 disciples. He makes 13. That's a righteous number for righteous people.
Now, you know what's crazy about that? Y'all think about this. why don't no hotels have a floor 13? Why did they come out with what's that movie, Jason Friday the 13th? You see how they try to deem everything that we have into
evil.
Demonic?
Yes, they do. All the time. All the time. But you are the people who retain the rights that the government cannot discard. So the government ain't even got the right over you. That's your mentality. I'm telling you, Abraham Lincoln freed us physically. It was up to us because they already took them out to free us economically, socially, politically, and religiously. Prophet Noble Drew Ali did all that. You just didn't know it because you didn't go find it. You didn't go look for it. Prophet Noble Drew Ali did this. Now, if this stuff been out since what? The 1776, even a lot of stuff they couldn't even change, y'all. They couldn't change that. They might have changed up the wording, but as you heard what that said, what it really means. Most people that go to read that wouldn't have got that from that. They wouldn't have just picked that up out of that part and said, oh, wait, that has to do with me. Right? So now I want to go into Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3. You ready? So this is going to be found in the main body of the Constitution, okay? Okay, and this is in your Constitution, the United States Constitution. Section 8, it says, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. Excuse me? Uh-oh. They said that wasn't in there. Somebody said we wasn't no Indian. Well, why that there then? Somebody got misclassified again. Sold off again. So, this is your proof of sovereignty. The Constitution lists Indian tribes alongside foreign nations. That proves that the founders recognized indigenous nations as separate sovereigns, not just citizens. Since I am, you are, Choctaw Cherokee lineage, you are part of the sovereign body that exists outside of the several states mentioned here. Remember, that's in your. I'm telling you where you can find it. So I ain't just talking about running my mouth. I'm telling you where you can find it. In the body of the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, the Indian Commerce Clause.
That's why the ecclesiastic trust is so important.
This next one is the 10th Amendment, the Reserved Powers Clause. You can find this in the Bill of Rights. Okay? The 10th Amendment in the Bill of Rights. Let's go to the Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights, where are you? Hold on. Let me get to it. If you want to make any kind of comments.
I'll just say that the Bill of Rights and the charter, like for your state, it's good to read your state's charter as well as
your state's constitution,
Bill of Rights, and your
state constitution.
The Constitution, because if you look at it, all three of them, even the Declaration of Independence, if you look at all of those documents, it's all in favor of us.
Yes, it is, definitely. But you still got to know where to find it because people don't read this stuff. I know I carry this everywhere I go. I'll be on the airplane and I have Caucasian people you're reading the Constitution. I had this man, he was an aerodynamic engineer. He said, 98% of America ain't read the Constitution.
And let me tell you something. If you be flipping through Facebook, it'll pull up these things where it says, learn your Constitution, we'll send you a free copy. Or learn your Bill of Rights, we'll send. I got so many of them emails of them sending me because I want to make sure they all line up the same, and they do. But I always get the free copy because guess what? I even have the little handheld books in my car. Just in to flip something up and they'll be like, well, according to this,
exactly.
You got your emergency lights on.
This is get you a pocket. This is a pocket Constitution you can carry around with you. When my son was in court, I was looking up all their violations. I got each one marked where they violated even out of the Constitution. Period.
Right.
Like I'm cool. It's all right.
Give them some sour faces.
Yeah, they're gonna have real sour faces.
Pull over and when they would come up to your window and say, "What's your emergency?"
No, right. You got an emergency? I didn't know you had one. So on the
lights ain't supposed to come on unless there's an emergency.
right.
I don't think there's an
So the 10th Amendment is the Reserved Powers Clause. Where do you find this? In the Bill of Rights. This is the 10th Amendment. It says the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So the power play in this one is if the Constitution didn't give the federal government the specific power to take away your Moorish or indigenous nationality, then that power is reserved to you, the people. This is legal shield for your temple and the soul center. I got a legal shield already, just based off of me knowing and standing in my proper person, my proper status. That gives me a legal shield for everything I'm doing. I ain't got to go ask nobody to open no temple. I ain't got to ask nobody for no permission for nothing. Right here, it already gives me my power, my legal shield right here. The prophet said, I brought you everything, your authority and everything. And I have the authority sitting over there. I have my Circle 7 right here. Everything I need to take to the secretary to put on record, make sure we have it all in our hand. We have our own constitution. We have our divine creed, our nationality, and our authority. We have everything we need to be a government, period. So they can't.
You are your own government. Even if, I would say this, if you mentally, that's just like, okay, say there's somebody here that don't want to or don't have the knowledge or even is in fear of, going to turn something in. Once you speak it out your mouth, it's on the record.
Yeah.
I don't care if wasn't nobody there to hear it. Once you speak it out your mouth and it manifests through this universe, it's already written as law. But to put the oppressor on notice, you're gonna do exactly what she said. Take all that, your own constitution, your own charter, your own Bill of Rights. Because if you read, and I don't know which, and you might come across that in the lesson, but if you read, there's something in the Bill of Rights that says you can take their forms and make them of your own.
Oh yeah.
So, maybe always want you to write a motion and all this. You begging for something. Emotion is in the ocean. You going on water anyway, right? So when you're begging, you're in motion. You're begging them for something. But a petition is a demand in a cute way or an abatement. I want to petition the court to do such and such AYZ. They cannot, because see, if you never object, it's consent. You better object to everything. Everything. It's just let's just make that a recording. I object. Well, why don't you understand? They can't nothing move with an objection.
Yep, that's true.
They just dropped them last two cases. They had added obstructing the peace officer on both of my cases because I would not take the deal. I said, I'm not dog's plea. I don't. Dog's plea, honey. We've been going through this for 3.5 years. You ain't got a plea yet. What do you think this is? So he got mad. They had to drop that felony menacing. He came back and sent it in the mail, everything, child. It was like, the district attorney added obstructing the peace officer on both tickets. Okay. Y'all got some more money, so y'all thought I was the gift that was going to keep on giving. Oh, that's what you thought? Okay, don't worry about it. I went and wrote up a petition.
Yeah.
This needs to disappear. And I'm going to show you how it's going to disappear because I looked for your bond, your official bond, and you didn't have one. Get her up out of here. These cases are dismissed now. Thank you.
Right. So
now that I know it's a lawsuit, I'm about to countersuit with your bond.
Right. So now to camel back off of that, we're going to go into Article 6. And this is the Supreme.
The Bill of Rights?
No, we're going back into it's different ones. You got to go into the Constitution, Bill of Rights, sometimes even to the Articles of Confederation. But here we're going back into the Constitution, so you can find this in the main body of the Constitution. Is Article 6. So remember, the Constitution it was 13 originals. There's 18 missing pieces out of the 13th Amendment, you guys. That's why they added 14 and 15. There's some more pieces missing. 18. That's why it's 18 missing years of Jesus. That's why you got 18, and we have the 18 missing years of Jesus that nobody teaches. And we're talking the esoteric, mystery, magical part of Jesus from a little boy. So 18 missing pieces. I'm telling y'all, these numbers they use. I'm into numerology. Numbers and everything they use. Chakra systems, colors, rituals, they use this stuff. This is why when you go into your Articles of Confederation, when you look into our Circle 7, everything is done by Roman numerals. You need to learn how to read them. Learn how to read them so you can know the energy they hold. These people have taken esoteric energy and used it on you. And you sitting there writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like a goofball instead of learning Roman numerals. Because even your Constitution is based off of Roman numerals.
It sure is.
So you guys got to pay attention to that. That's what gets us caught up a lot of time, and we miss it. So Article 6 is a V and a 1. V is 5. I is 1. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution. Now, remember, all debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. The Confederation was ours too, y'all. Sorry to hurt your feelings, but that Confederate flag belonged to us too. Sorry to hurt your feelings. The Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. This is this is a good one. This is your power play. This connects directly to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1786. Well, none of y'all around at this time. 1836. If treaties are the supreme law of the land, then the protections for Moors and indigenous people in those treaties outrank any small administrative code or INS policy. It gets rid of it. It don't mean jack squat. It don't mean nothing, baby. They signed treaties with us, and those treaties were signed with the people over here. So they have to abide by these treaties, you guys. They don't have a choice. So this is where you would look for all this stuff. You got the Bill of Rights for the 9th Amendment, retained rights. You have the rights the government hasn't listed. You got the Constitution for Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, sovereignty for the tribes are separate from the states. The Bill of Rights, the 10th Amendment, reserves power. Power stays with the people. Nationals. If you're not a national, hey, sorry, if you just a citizen, well, brother, I'm sorry for that too for you. Because you did that to yourself. You ain't doing your proper business. You don't.
They can't make you be a citizen.
No, they can't make you.
They can only enforce policies and statutes and codes. They can't enforce anything beyond your sovereignty and your unalienable God-given rights.
You're unalienable. They're all called unalienable rights. Unalienable. You have unalienable rights. So you can't be an alien if they said you have unalienable rights. Then you got the Constitution, Article 6, Clause 2, which is your treaty power. Everyone knows now. Your grandma told you, your mama told you, your Cherokee, your Choctaw, your Blackfoot, your something.
Right.
You have powers. You just got to enact them on your own. We can't do it for you. Sis can't do it for you. She's doing it for herself. You got to do it for yourself. We can tell y'all till we blue in the face what to go do. But while you out here screaming and yelling on some stuff you have no standing on, because if you're not a national, if your allegiance ain't into America, then whoever your allegiance is to while you over here screaming death to America, you need to find out where you need to go.
Right.
Because my allegiance as a national is to right here. My family bled on this land. I had ancestors that were massacred in different massacres that I've already given y'all studies on. Whether it's the Olmecs, the Anasazi, whoever it may be. Melungeon, whatever you want to call it. I can show myself tied to everything on this planet. Melungeon, I got 6 fingers on each hand. I got a gap that could tie me back to the doggone Ghana people if I wanted to, because everybody in Ghana got a gap. Like, come on, man. The mean spot in your head. Right? The mean spot in your head. That's that indigenous blood over here. That thing that always make us look like we doing that. That's that mark. That mark shows your indigenous bloodline, your lineage to this land. There's so many parts of you. I got
a thick one.
Oh yeah, I got a real thick one. But mine been because I've been doing facial, so it's got mine used to be. My mom's was real deep. Whoo, my mom looked mean, but she was not mean. She looked mean. She was not
right.
mean. But yes, these things tie us back in so many things. And so if we just stood up and stopped holding their table to all you activists and all you folks out here, stop holding these people's table for them. Because you are the enemy to what really needs. You're the enemy. I don't care. You're the enemy.
Go read Trading with the Enemy Act of 1917 and you'll understand why you're an enemy.
Come on. Come on. You wasn't a part of the peace and friendship. You wasn't trying to bring peace. Y'all just trying to bring all kind of confusion. Chaos and confusion. Those are power plays for us, y'all. Very big power plays. Like I said, she's saving herself. I'm saving myself. You got to save yourself. All we can do is lay out information for y'all. That's it. Everything else has to be up to you. Because Jesus ain't coming on the good ship lollipop for you neither. Bust your bubble on that one too.
It's a great trip to the catfish.
It's the only thing that can save you is you. Like literally.
That's as real as
this is real as it gets. I needed y'all to see today that you see my sis out here demonstrating, going down, doing what she need to do. You hear us on these platforms saying these things.
Like me though, because they got me labeled as hostile out here in the police record. I was like, that's defamation of character. They like, shit, this lady is. Wait a minute. We weren't ready. Hold on. Come back.
But she's standing on her truth. That's the difference. No matter what they saying about her, no matter what they're labeling her, she's not going to stop.
Oh, you ignored me? Got something worse for you.
I got something else for you. Because let me tell you, it's so many things that you can put on these people. Believe me, I have the paperwork sitting right in front of me. I'm just waiting for the proper time to do so. That's it. But when I say every piece of paper, everything my sis do, but she don't think I'll be listening. My butt be over here reading and printing stuff out, reading like what she say, printing stuff out, because I know that what she's saying is true. Truth is never changes or passes away. So when it's truth, it's gonna sit with you different. When it's a lie, you gonna feel the lie. Like when a nigga lie, when a woman lie. You know they lying. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach. This nigga lying. Oh, you the world. I want you and it's going to be all about us. Nigga, you lying. And I told you lying. And you showed me to show you lying.
And you're lying again.
And you're lying now for lying. So, You know what I'm saying? Let's start being honest with us. Because sis be honest with herself. So forget about what anybody say. I'm the same way. You ain't got to like me. I could care less if you like me. I got into it with a whole 6'1" dude on social media and didn't even know I was talking stuff to somebody so big.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, he was like, "Oh, you ain't no punk." No, I'm not. It ain't even about being a punk. It's about I'm not gonna let you talk to me any kind of way. I'm not gonna let you disrespect me, and I got boundaries. Because whatever you used to dealing with ain't got no boundaries. I do.
Tap the screen, y'all. It don't cost
Tap the
anything.
screen.
Tap that screen.
So, you know, it's like I love when she demonstrates because it brings more fire to me. It inspires me to do more for myself. Because just because I proclaim my nationality and I have a nationality card and I'm a sheikist and that means nothing if I ain't doing no dang on work.
Right.
Those are just titles to a name and I'm not doing nothing. But
And that's the thing, like once you figure out that we've been lied to our whole life and we ain't even we're not a person.
Right.
Because person is not what we are. We are living beings. And I wouldn't even say human beings because if you knew what human was, it's not us. We are living ISBEs having a human experience in an avatar.
Well, let me say this because you might have a different perspective. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that the human has a hue.
Now let me say this. I bet you it's not spelled the way they spelled it. He's probably spelling it H-U-E.
That's right.
That's right. But
that's right. H-U-M-A-N.
You see how they flipped everything on us?
Come on, sis, did I tell you? I told
like
you. I told you they did that one letter at a time. You see how they did? They did it one. They just took the letter, taking letters out.
That's why I said get your children out these schools because they're not teaching them nothing.
They're training them. They're training them. They're not teaching them. They just said they're training y'all children's mind. That's why these children calling themselves they don't know what they is.
Thank you.
That they don't know what they is. So I want to read the definition to person. Because my sis said it. So I just have to codify for y'all so y'all don't think we just be sitting up here running our mouth.
Right.
Because we do know who we talking about. The legal definition in Black's Law Dictionary, according to Black's Law. Now, why would it be called Black's Law Dictionary, right, y'all? Think about it. A person is not necessarily a human being. It is defined as an entity, such as a corporation, that is recognized by law as having the rights and duties of a human being. The trap. Here's the trap. Dope boys in the trap. Thug niggas, drug dealers, where you at? In the eyes of the government, specifically under the UCC in Title 8, the person is often a corporate fiction or a trust created by the birth certificate. Did she not just tell y'all that? This is why I said y'all might think we just be running our mouth like we want to doggone just be hating on y'all. Clock that T. I ain't even got, that part.
So I'm new to the clock it, you know.
Right. And it used to be, we used to do that. Now it's the,
Now, why is that important? Because if you ask any judge, do you see me as a monster? They don't get you out of there. Because that's what they look at you as. So you have to, it's the certain things, it's certain chess moves that you, because I done said it all. They just like this lady, and I'm recording the whole time because you think he's slick. Are we on the record? That's number one. Is this a quarter record? Because half the time it's not. So make sure if it's not a quarter record, you got your own little record going.
Right, your own stuff. Woo!
Extra device. Let me tell you what. Let me show them this real quick.
Okay. Come on.
This is what I bought this from Amazon. Because I felt like I was being so railroaded. They was trying to railroad the shit out of me, I'm telling you. And you know, your inner self be like, nah, something ain't cool. Something ain't right. They just grinning and shit. Like, no, this ain't real. You have to do it. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't get up out of here, just bullshit.
Right.
So what I started doing is where's my thing at? Here goes the case to it. I went and bought this cute.
Oh, recorder. Yes.
And it picks up
everything.
A damn rabbit pissing on cotton. Okay?
You better stop playing.
It picks up. So when I don't go through the metal detectors ever. See, that's another right you got too.
Mm-hmm.
Never go through their metal detectors because they are scrambling you before you can even get up to the courtroom. That's a scramble technique of radiation. And this is why everybody be talking about they can't smell and taste and shit. Because you done been down to the courthouse nine days out the week. You don't go in there, so that way when they wand you down, they only wand. You tell them you only want to be wanded from the waist down.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want nothing going over your heart and shit like that. Like you can't trust. I don't care about how nice and how cute these people smile and act like they're just doing your job. And some of y'all be like, "Oh, well, the clerk is real cool."
No, they ain't.
The clerk is the worst one because that's who runs the whole judicial.
Girl, they don't care. Them folks care less about you. Less about you.
They're not being nice. They're just doing their job.
So so they're just doing their job. So this is the evidence for us to know that you don't want to be a person. The evidence is to look at any bill, court document, or ID. The name is usually in all capital letters. I'm going to tell y'all something. When I went to get my birth certificate, and the lady spelled my name, she said, well, how you? I said, I want to spell the right way my mama spelled it. Well, it's not going to let it do it because it only lets us spell capital. I said, yeah, because y'all selling us on the stock market. She goes, mm-hmm. And she was a Mexican lady. And she goes, mm-hmm. Girl, I busted out loud. I said, boy, these people be knowing. And these other folks just have no idea. She's like, mm-hmm. Like, girl, yeah. I can't check. She was like, well, I can't make it like lowercase.
But if you notice now, like they're changing everything to commerce because commerce is in blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at now, some of y'all, if you got court dates, go back and look at your court paper. It's going to be the first letter capital and everything else lowercase because they're now changing everything.
Oh, they can't.
This is how you can recognize if y'all don't see nothing moving. This is how you know that the republic has been fully restored. There's no more maritime amnesty law.
Right.
Because everything they're sending 1099 INTs in the mail. Have you got one?
No, they ain't gonna send me one, baby. I don't do the IRS, period.
No, this is for bills and everything.
Oh, no, because I don't do
this. For your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill.
Because everything's in my mom's name. So no, I'm not doing everything has to go through what it's going through now before I could do any of that because it's already going through. But I'm saying they're gonna send her one. And when they send that to her and you go get your you go get your testamentary paper, you're going to be able to claim, you're going to be able to use those 1099s because that's your, what did you say? You said it earlier. Ancestral. Oh, my ancestral rights. Yeah. So you're going to be able to, because this is the thing. You know why the trust never dies? Because we never die. No, man, don't. About this for 53 seconds. When you get a living, irrevocable trust, it never goes. Say your mom had one, right? And you was the beneficiary or the successor trustee of the trust, right? Mm-hmm. You can still go and do everything as if she never left here. I know. This is how you guys know we never die. Energy can never be hacked or destroyed. It can only be transformed. Yeah. You still got to go in and pay all of her bills that she left behind, like she never left. Then you can even go as far as opening up a bank account. Now, people be like, oh, you're going to jail for that. How? No, you're not. When you are the successor trustee of this estate. You're not. But that's because these people are not they're acting as artificial persons. So as a natural person, you're the living, breathing man or woman under common law and has unalienable rights. But if you're walking around here as an artificial person, black, Negro, colored, Ethiopian, African American, all of them doggone things, you're a corporation, a trust, persons in all capital letters, under statutory. They using you as the trustee. Exactly. Under statutory commercial law. And you only have privileges. You ain't got no rights. For your civil rights, those are your privileges. Civil rights are privileges only. They're not rights, y'all. Sorry, but it didn't happen.
Somebody that they was, oh, I'm a U.S. citizen and I got civil rights. I said, babe.
Yep, and then it's just privileges.
Benefits and privileges. Let me tell you what a benefit is that you probably never thought. A benefit is a driver's license. A benefit is a...
And they need to pay you from it. And they need to pay you from it.
Even your bank account is a benefit, because guess what? When you go to court, they know all of this before you even walk in. That's why they take the case. Because, you know, when you get pulled over, it's the bill collectors, that's where it starts. Because the policy enforcement is they are certified bill collectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off with in the car with the ticket. Then they want to know you got all this stuff. Okay, boom. Then you go to the devil's mansion on your first arraignment, or they're arranging shit, right? And the first thing they look at is if you have a bank account, because they already have this on record.
Mm-hmm.
They look to see if you got a bank account, a food stamp card, if you have a job.
Mm-hmm.
A job is benefits and privileges.
Mm-hmm. So do y'all know why let me ask you this. Did y'all know why the Pope used to come over here and visit? For that, every year he comes once a year. Y'all know what he comes for?
We was just talking about that.
Y'all know what he comes for? He comes to check on the estate. The estate is the Asiatic woman. He comes to make sure you got a job, or whoever needs to be on Section 8 or welfare. Make sure your children are in their schools, being indoctrinated, making sure somebody's locked up. Because each one of those, you got to remember, your 1040 ain't nothing but 10% to the Queen, 40% to the Pope. That's where your taxes go. Your taxes go to them anyway. So while you sitting up here thinking you really doing something, he comes over here to check on you. Make sure your Section 8 on point. You got some food. Oh, yeah, they doing exactly. We need these black folks to be poor because they got to depend on us. So as long as they, like they said, them Democrats gave y'all link cards and EBTs and Section 8, and niggas don't want to go to work. The first thing they'll say is, I ain't trying to lose my link card. Yo, link card nigga, get up and build a business.
There you go.
Really? I was a teenage mom at 19. I was 19 as a teenage mom. My mom worked for social services. I'm trying to tell y'all, when they sent me that first check for $280, I said, how am I supposed to spend this? I knew. I was so glad I had already went to hair school in high school and was going to take my license a few months after my baby was born. Baby, I said, whoever want to live like this,
talk about what me and Nana was doing.
I'm cool. Well, my mom worked for social services. I couldn't be doing shit. My mama, I'll go to jail, and my mama. My mama's job couldn't be on the line for no nonsense.
You know what we used to do? So remember, you used to have to fill out the paper every month?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is before they told you if you get it, they're going to charge him with child support. They never disclosed that. Never disclosed. This is why it's so easy to beat them. They never disclose what they're supposed to. Nothing's never certified. There's fucking signatures off the internet and all kind of shit. So just a whole conglomerate of fraud going on. But we used to fill out the AFDC paper, and I would forget to fill it out. So you know, if you forget to fill it out, you don't get your little 280 the next month. Baby, we must have got, because you know, first thing we get the 280. I'm like, I get 280. Okay, for what y'all? Okay, cool. We get the 280. You know, this a re-up. What you mean? Baby, we balling out here. They said Nyari must have had that for about, I'm going to say, not even a year. And they said naming a fucking child support thing. Talking about he owed $4,000. He said, don't get that shit no more.
Don't do that no more again. No, I wouldn't. First of all,
don't get that no more. Because how the hell they charging me for some shit they thought they was giving, but we both handling it. I said, no, these people think they slick.
I just, you know what? I don't like people in my business, y'all. I just don't like people in my business. So when it came to that, I was like, they too much in your business. I just don't want these people in my business like this. Yeah, I'm like, no, Mom.
In your house, what you eating?
But they don't ask none of these immigrants that come back. You see why? Because they're not citizens. You see why?
I see why.
Then you be talking about, but they can have a man in their house. They ain't citizens.
And then you know what's crazy too? Like you got to think everything is tied to something. So say you got a King Supers card, right? And I was really into like the gas, 10 cents off the gas, after whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So you going in there and you getting all this 10 for 10 bullshit, GMO, all this stuff. This is how they track to try to kill us, because they want to know what you're buying. So everything is tracked. They know what you're buying, because according to this number, you try to get this 10 cents off the gallon. So when you get up to the register, you done buy all this 10 for 10 bullshit, all this natural flavors. You don't even know the natural flavors. Bullshit. You don't know. And then you get up there and you scan your card, so you can get your 10 cents off the gallon. But now they know what you eat.
What?
You see?
What?
They monitoring what you eat. Soon as you put the number in there to get the 10 cents off the gallon of gas, they know what you eat now. So it's easier for them to, like, basically make the food worse. Because she's going to come in here every month with her food stamp card. And if y'all think about it, always save your receipts, because guess what? Every receipt has an account number at the bottom of it.
Sure do. It sure do. You're right.
Even if you pay for it with cash, you know how you pay for a credit card, you get your credit card statement so you know what you bought. But if you keep the receipt from 7-Eleven that you bought the Slurpee, you know you never bought the Slurpee because you paid with Federal Reserve notes. So at the end of the year, let me put y'all up on Game How to File Taxes real quick. We've been doing it wrong. You keep all your receipts and you go back for 3 years, but you tally up everything you spend. You can even go as far as writing down the serial numbers off of the Federal Reserve notes that you used. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
You, like, if you run in your trust and you do your trust notes every month and you spend in Federal Reserve notes, you write down every serial number on the Federal Reserve note in your notes of your trust notes, because you always get double back. This is why it's a redemption. This is why I asked the bank about the redemption center, because I could take all my receipts back and get every dime plus some.
Yeah.
Because I made an account with 7-Eleven just for buying a candy bar.
But that's the thing too, even when you're talking taxes as a community, what people don't understand, what you ain't went back and asked none of these folks, because that state tax, whether you're buying blunt wraps, lighters, candy, I don't care what you're buying from the gas station, there's a tax on that receipt. You never went back to ask them officials where your money is at. You ain't never went back to ask these folks where my money at. You know, I spent this and I was taxed. And like she said, saving those receipts. At the end of the year, excuse me, what y'all doing with my money? Because I'm going to need all that back from this 7-Eleven. All that back from this Maverick gas station.
You never paid for it because the money ain't real.
It ain't even real. It's long. How are you, the one above all? How you doing? You here to discuss with us tonight? Hi. Okay, you want to continue? If you guys want to join in, you can. You want to continue what you were saying?
So yeah, and that's the same with like you said, you want at the end of the year, but when you have your trust in order and you're aligned with the Republic, you can file your taxes every quarter, just like they did, because you're a business, right?
Exactly.
So now you're taking over your business and you're doing your own banking. So now you can file just like they do. What is it? April. It's 3 times they file. Mm-hmm. January, I want to say April, and October. October's the last day, right? So you can file every 3rd quarter, just like they do. Mm-hmm. When you're handling your banking business properly. And see, that's part of the nationality. That's part of claiming who you are. You can't do that unless you alert the IRS and give the Treasury fiduciary duty on the Form 56 because they don't know unless you tell them. They don't know.
That's why all that's voluntary. All of it's voluntary.
Like you dead until you wake up.
And everything you're doing with them is voluntary.
That part.
You're volunteering to pay them taxes. You're volunteering yourself to that. Because really, y'all, for all y'all that do work, you work for free for them first, 6 months, 3 months. Y'all are working for straight up free. No matter how you look at it.
You're paying yourself every time. I don't care if you get paid every Friday, every Saturday.
Off of your trust. You're getting paid off the bond of your head, baby. That's the only way they pay you.
They're paying you out of your security trust because, again, under parents' patch rate, they have the power of attorney because you never revoked it. You never reconveyed
took it away from them.
Who you were. So until you step out on faith and do that and manifest that through the universe that I want to become free.
Yeah.
I want to be free from encumbrance. I want to be free from molestation. I want to be free from harassment. I want to be free from tyranny. Because just like Dot said, he said it. He said the government, he said when the people are scared of the government, it's called tyranny. But when the government is scared of the people, it's called liberty.
Yes. Well, your Constitution tells you if the government is not doing what they're supposed to, you have the right to take it over. Y'all keep thinking January 6th was an insurrection. It was not. If y'all paid attention, they let them in there. Then people had the permission to go in there because the government is not doing what they're supposed to do. Period. Point blank. What y'all
didn't know? Think about the football game that happened right around the insurrection, January 6th, right?
Yeah, but leave them doggone games alone.
And it's all symbolic.
All of it.
The Super Bowl, right? Who are the Chiefs? The Chiefs are the Indians. So you got to think
the Chiefs and the Patriots
was sitting at Nancy Pelosi's desk because they were all arrested.
Right, took us back.
Nancy Pelosi was arrested. They found them laptops. They only went in there on January 6th to get all this Epstein information and all these classified ads that they had going on. But now, since everything's declassified, we're here now. So you have all the right to go and shut them down.
You do.
Have to stand up, though.
Yep, you got to.
Can't be it. What the God don't want no punks on the front line.
Sure don't.
Like, if you demonstrate, I don't care how stupid you think you might look. Because I didn't give a damn what them people thought. I was in there like, check this out.
You sure?
Who are you and where is the hell is the state at? Honey, I'm so sick of the state versus me and I ain't seen the state yet.
I ain't seen them yet.
This man done stood up and said, this is Gregory whoop-de-woo for the people. Who is the people? They looking at me like, and here come 5 police officers. I don't give a damn. Y'all better be coming to protect me because that's what the fuck y'all supposed to be doing. So, again, who is the people? Now, I want him to read the charges into the record. I bet you he won't do it. He don't want that liability. They will never read, the prosecutor will never read your charges into the record because if they do, guess what that lets you do? Countersue.
That's why they be taking so much stuff. That's why they take so much stuff off the record. That's why they will take so much. They'll be like, oh, this is off the record, baby. Let me tell y'all something. When my son was up in there, I got everything on the record because I was recording everything. Talking about, you ain't supposed to do that. Who? How you gonna tell me I'm a national? You can't tell me what I can't do. Maybe you as a citizen, you can't do it.
You can do your duty and serve the people you are serving.
Yeah, you gotta leave me alone.
Respectfully. And I say it respectfully. Like, you have a job to do, just like I have a job to do. And my job is to make sure you're in order.
Fact.
Lawfully. Not legally, because it's two different definitions.
Yes, come on.
And this is why they tell you, which is weird, I can't give you legal advice. How is you my attorney and you can't give me no legal advice because they don't know?
Yeah, that's facts. You're right. You're so right.
You basically schooling them, but you're under their jurisdiction schooling them on some shit. No, I'm not under your jurisdiction. I'm about to show you exactly how I'm not. But you pulled me in here as if I was.
Yes, that's so true. So
the office is empty when there's no official bond or an oath that's together with a wet ink signature. Always remember that. The office is vacant.
Got you. So with the 14th Amendment person, the 14th Amendment defines citizens in a way that creates a person subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said the 14th and 15th Amendment ain't for us. It wasn't meant for us. It wasn't meant for us at all. It wasn't. Now, remember, I told you, he said this back in 1913. 1913. The 14th Amendment defines citizenship in a way. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They just flagged our stuff. Ah! How you flagging something for 14th Amendment information? Boy, it sure did. Define citizenship as a way to create a person subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. The shift, when you identify as a person in legal setting without reserving your rights, UCC 1308, you are consenting to be treated as an artificial person or a subject. The correction by using 8 USC 1101A 21, you are declaring yourself a national, which is a human, HUEMAN being, with a permanent allegiance to the land rather than a person.
Article again? Can you repeat that for me?
Article, this is 8 USC 1101A 21. So you're not a corporate fiction created by the state. The esoteric meaning of persona, operating in your proper persona. The word person comes from the Latin. I told y'all Latin is the language. Persona, which means a mask.
This is why you should, when they always say, do you understand? You should always say no.
It's long. It's long.
Do you understand? I don't. Well, why don't you understand? Let me read it to you again. And then they read it all. They read all that bullcrap.
No.
Well, do you understand? I don't understand that. Well, why don't you understand? Because I don't understand legalese. You're speaking legalese, and I'm trying to speak common sense here.
Yes, yes.
And once you get all that on the record, I'm telling you, you have cornered them.
Yeah.
Everything is got to be on the record.
But they gotta actually know. You know that, but everybody else don't know that. So we gotta point them to the direct, because people go and do this, and this is why they go to jail. That's why you got Moors on the terrorist list. This is why, because they do stuff like that without proper knowledge of taking the proper look. This case law, this constitution, this says this. You gotta show them where they're breaking their own law. You know they are, but you got to put them on notice that they're breaking their own law, y'all. You have to do that.
I emailed them once, right? This was about 3 weeks ago. I had emailed them. I had already sent an abatement, and they switched the judge and the prosecutor on me when I went back to the next court date. So I said, oh, they think they're slick, so they switching. So I emailed the prosecutor, and I was like, yeah, this case should be I said this case is in a default judgment. So I said I strike the motion for default judgment, a petition, not motion. And do you know that I didn't go to court, but I was listening to them on the web thing, right? On the virtual. And they put a warrant out. She was like, oh, she didn't come, but I'm listening to them. Girl, you should have seen me when she said warrant. I got up and started putting because I'm 10 minutes away from the courthouse. I'm putting my clothes on because I was like, no, they're not going to do that. That's a whole nother check. So I was emailing him. I said, I'm not going to be able to come for a medical emergency. But if you send me the link, I'll hop on virtual. He never did. So he was being smart. Oh, well, she didn't show up. It's now 10:30. She's supposed to be here 8:30. Long story short, I put in the email that the case I'm filing for a dismissal due to them ignoring the petition that I had set forth through the last judge, and I looked up and y'all done switched the whole, y'all got a new judge, so y'all think y'all slick, right? You know what she said? And this sparked some shit in. She said, we got her email. She's saying this, I'm listening to her on virtual. We got her email saying that she wasn't going to be here for a medical reason. She asked for a default. She asked for a dismissal, but she has no standing. Baby, what you just said, put that case law. I don't care what you sending them. Make sure you got a Supreme Court ruling or some case law that still stands. I don't care if it was from the 1900s. Those case laws still stand in these administrative buildings today.
Yeah.
As long as you put the case law to show them where they are impeding over your rights, they're gonna dismiss it.
They're gonna have to. Yes, exactly. Even though when they don't want to act like it. So the mask persona. In ancient theater, actors wore personas to play a role. Y'all are being played right now. Everybody's playing for y'all. Everybody. All of them are pedophiles. With a mask on. Think of if y'all never seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut, I advise y'all to see it. I seen it a long time ago.
Let me write that.
Long time
What
ago.
is that on?
Eyes Wide Shut is with Tom Cruise and what is his first wife? What is that second wife's name? Pale lady. Eyes Wide Shut is really the story about Hollywood, how they have these parties and they put these masks on and everybody's having these relations with each other. But Eyes Wide Shut is very deep, like literally, just get ready for dark. That's all I can say for you. But it came out a long time ago.
It's just like They Live, that movie that came out, I think, in 2013, where they was what's his name, Bonnie Pfeiffer. I think that was it.
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Him and the guy, they was fighting over them glasses because he was trying to make everybody put the glasses on so that they could see the people. And once you put the glasses on, you could see all these people was like aliens. It was so crazy. All the people in the businesses, they was like AI robots. They was like dead. But once you take them off, it's like they so pretty. But once and they had a fight for like 45 minutes in the movie that he was fighting, trying to get him to put them damn glasses on. Like, I'm trying to show you what we around. And he fought him, and he finally put them glasses on. But it shows you, and to me, that was symbolic for, once you see out of this eye and not these two, you will be able to see who you're up against.
Well, yeah, you only see with those two eyes because that's what you're used to. But opening up your thoughts to really be able to see deeper esoterically. And that's why I say to y'all, I might bring it up a lot, but I'm trying to tell y'all, in this Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, all of that is in there. Every magic, anything you could even think you about to touch. The Prophet said, this is what Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I'm going to say it to all y'all. This is exactly what he said. I brought y'all something y'all can't tear up. It's going to tear you up. He said it'll be 50 years before what did he say? It'll be 50 years before you study it or know it, and it'll be another 50 years before you know what I really left you. It's like 100 years.
Wait, no.
Yes, Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a beast. I'm trying to tell
so
y'all.
Let me tell you why that's so important. Because I'll be damned. Okay, so that makes sense. Because the Constitution was written. So let me ask you this: did Noble Drew Ali have a part in writing the Constitution? Because you know that the Constitution was written for 100 years, right? So when Trump came into office, I don't know how many we better not talk about him. I might get another strike, but
they better not strike this channel talking about my Uncle Trump. I promise you, TikTok, you'll get sued.
Don't sue me.
Because that's my uncle, and I ain't playing with y'all. That is my uncle. And come over here and say something if you want to. I'll light you up today.
So let me ask you this. Okay, because you just said a mouthful. So if he said it takes 50 years...
Wait, you went away. I can't hear you. Oh, I can't hear you. You sound far away. Y'all know they start messing with stuff. No, you sound like you're muffled underwater.
Are you serious?
Oh, now you sound clear. You said whatever you did, you sound clear now.
Okay. So when Don Juan came into play in 2015, because people think that it just started in 2016 for the presidency, but no, when the corona came out, we had already had the birthrights to the birth certificate, right? And that was the 100-year mark. So you think about the Jubilee.
Yeah.
And how the Jubilee came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 100 years was up. So that makes sense because it said it'll take 50 years. He said it'll take 50
years before. He says, does he say it'll take 50 years to know for you to study it, and another 50 years for you to know what I left you? It's something along that line, but it gives 100-year time lapse before you really even understand what was left for you.
Yep, and we're here now.
And we're here. He could have been, but you got Prophet Noble Drew Ali. His father was of Cherokee, his mother was of Choctaw, or vice versa, and his father was a part of the of the Continental Congress. Like he was some type of person, some type of official. His father was. So I wouldn't doubt it. But Prophet Noble Drew Ali was born in 1886 in North Carolina on an Indian reservation. So he was divinely prepared through his mother. His mother was already teaching him. So no different than Jesus was, because we know the mother is the first teacher. So his mother was already divinely preparing him from the womb. He was already being divinely prepared to bring this message. Wow. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. It makes sense. Already. That 100-year, that turned the blue light on for me. Yes. That makes so much sense. And he will tell you too, in our teachings, man don't die. Man is a part of Allah. We don't believe man dies. Man is spirit and a part of Allah. Mm-hmm. So man can't die. But the only thing that dies is your mind, because you can only think from a finite place. Infinite knowledge, a finite mind can't understand things that are infinite. So finite minds can only think along the levels of this world, but an infinite mind can go beyond it. So we don't even have to do all that with these folks. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught you to go into the infinite mind. You go back and trace yourself, because masterminds never forget. We always know who we are. That's how you know we are our ancestors. I'm not my ancestors' worst nightmare. I'm my ancestors' best wet dream. Because I came to make sure I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Now, if you're your ancestors' worst nightmare, that means you ain't handling your business. Because you're their nightmare. You are not their beautiful dream. And the Beehive told y'all that. Did the Beehive not tell y'all that? Okay. I ain't never seen a beautiful nightmare. Oh, yeah, the sweet dream. A beautiful nightmare. What the heck is wrong with you? Oh, demonic lady. But anyway. But when, as sis was telling you, and this mask that we were just talking about, as y'all see all these masks on these people today, the application of the legal system sees your mask. Your mask is your all caps name, and it tries to hold that mask accountable. Your mission right here with us at the Soul Center is to teach people to take off the mask and stand as the living soul who created the mask in the first place. You hear that? The system, because the system don't see you. It sees the mask you're wearing, the person, the ID. Today, we are learning how to distinguish the living soul from the legal mask so we can reclaim our estate. Like I was telling sis, when the Pope comes, he checks on the estate. We, as the Asiatic Black woman, the first one, the real God, the one that was hung on the cross, the Isis, we're the estate. We're the estate. We have the children. We provide to the estate, to the trust. They making sure you're doing your due diligence, people. As long as you stay a slave to the system, you going to keep the mask on for them, and they going to keep the mask on you. Y'all going to keep vividing and getting jabbed around this bad boy because you ain't paying attention. And I'm going to keep saying it to you. If you don't know who you are, learn who you are. You need to stop making that an excuse. Y'all got these phones in y'all's hands, these computers, these tablets. Y'all can look up everything else about the Epstein files. And I bet y'all mad y'all even asked about them Epstein files. Y'all kept begging for them and begging for them.
Right.
Now y'all done effed around and found out. And I'm about to see how many of y'all smart mouths, so educated folks in the school system, I'm about to go see y'all read these 3 million pages. And in trusting you don't unalive yourself while reading them and looking at the grotesque stuff that you asked for.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, a lot of people gonna want to take themselves up out of here after they see this stuff. And Beehive,
that was the thing too. They were saying that the reason why they couldn't just come out with everything at once, because of course I know if I was in John Quavius' position, I probably would have just been dumping shit. But they had to do it in a way because the Galactic Federation was even saying like some people will unalive themselves behind the idol worshiping these people.
They are. The Beehive is gonna be the main one. That's why I gotta keep my wasp spray ready, baby. I'm gonna have 4 cans in my purse. Run up on me if you want to. I'm spraying you and your Cowboy Carter outfit down to the T.
Right.
And it's gonna turn white and the smell ain't gonna go away if you ever use wasp spray. That's the best thing to use for the Beehive, because baby, BB is on the doggone pedophile list. And I said it, and I said it, and I'll say it again, and I dare any of y'all Beehive broads or brothers to come this way. Because I'm telling y'all have been all right with this. You asked for it, and y'all been cool with this. Y'all have played a role. Y'all have wore a mask for these people. So I blame y'all for this stuff too. Because I ain't never gave my child over to these people, ever.
Especially in the age of information now, 2020 should have been a wake-up call.
Man, it should have been, but you know it
running
wasn't.
around here carrying on in 2026, it is diabolical as hell. It's like, what?
It is. It's over. And that's why you can't.
Has 3% of people that have ascended in this republic and has literally aligned themselves because the other, 97% is still stuck. I'm like, where have y'all been?
Girl, they goofy. I'm telling 97% have to be jabbed up. They gotta be
activated.
They're activated. They are turning them off and on like remote control. They literally clink, 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 wondering why you all over the place.
The sad part about it is too, I know I post a lot of stuff on Facebook, and people, some people are regurgitated to it, and some people are just all the way, something's wrong with her, and that's okay. You can think what you want.
Whatever you want to think, baby.
That. So when it comes to the posting, and I feel like a lot of people, because I'm friends, like that lady that just tried to call me. I don't even know how I was friends with this lady on Facebook in the first place, but I know she sees the stuff that I'm posting, but she still goes back and be posting all this crazy. Trump's a racist, and he's this, and MAGA is this, and I'm like, she's not reading, or either the algorithm. So I'm gonna blame it on the algorithm too. I'm not just gonna blame it on the person.
No, these people are in their emotions. These people, it's because they want to hate him so bad because they don't love themselves. So anybody that's just constantly pushing the hate on this man, that's because you don't love yourself. You can't figure out why you ain't accountable for your bullshit. You want somebody to be held accountable for theirs, but when it comes to you, you don't even want to face your ratchetness and your skeletons in your closet. So you look to blame someone else because that's like having a scapegoat, as everybody has for Jesus. And Jesus ain't died for none of y'all sin. He don't want y'all's crap. You don't even want your sin. You crying because you committed the sin. So what makes you think that somebody gonna get on a cross and literally die for you because you being ignorant? And then you're going to go back and do it again. So it ain't like he got up there and you decided not to do it again. You didn't even have enough love for Jesus to not do the stuff again. You still continue to do it when he told you not to do it.
And he's showing that in the universe, is showing all that up in the church.
Ain't it? Ain't it? Y'all getting it now. Y'all sure seeing it now. And it's a shame that it even had to come to this. I'm fine with being unliked. I don't care if don't nobody like me. That's fine. I'm good. I came by myself. I'm leaving by myself. I was here with my mama by myself. So that just even tell me even more. I'm leaving by myself. I ain't taking nobody with me. So I ain't got to be liked. I don't have to be liked. I know what God told me to do. So it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. It's what Allah said, Latay, this is your mission. Everybody signed a contract before they brought their ass down here. You shouldn't have asked for your mama and daddy if you wasn't coming to do no work.
Right.
Because that's what you came for. I promise you, that's what you came for. They didn't pick you. You picked them. So while you sit up here talking bad on your people, you picked them. You needed to get here to fulfill your purpose.
Uh-huh.
So no matter what they did, honestly, we can't hold it.
Live right now, your husband.
Ah, my husband, girl, I want to get. Oh, let me shut up.
He's on Dr. Kia Pooh's live right now.
That man's so fine, girl. I almost got in trouble earlier today for commenting on somebody being fine. My son said, Mom, he's married. I said, okay. And all I said was, if there was a carbon copy of the man, I would want him because the man is fine. And his mindset is sexy. That's why I love Rod Hayes. I mean, I'm going to say it, and I'm on all the platforms. But that's why I'm so attracted to Rod Hayes, because I love me a scruffy dude with a mind.
Okay. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I love me somebody that can think deep and take me to another level. Because let me tell you something. He can make love to my mind, and I'll have an orgasm out of this world over there. And I ain't trying to be funny, but that's the type of energy that you should really be looking for. To somebody they ain't got to touch you.
Yeah.
You ain't got to touch me.
I'm in agreement with that.
Because you don't want to be touched anyway.
Don't touch me, please. I don't want your sweat.
Yes, I see Ron, and I need to go see what he's talking about, because anytime he comes on, it's a powerhouse move. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bring the noise. So we want to go watch Rod. We want to go see what he's talking about, because I know I do. I want to be nosy. So, sis, I just love your information. I thank you so much for being on here today.
You for inviting me to your live.
Yes, and you got to come back.
Some clothes. And I was scrolling on Facebook, and then I seen TikTok say something about it. I was like, wait a minute, what is it?
Yes, let's go.
So I'm so fresh to TikTok. I be like, tap that screen.
Tap that screen, y'all. Get the clicker.
That's all I know about TikTok, is you better tap that screen.
Tap that screen. Tap that screen.
Mystery. She ain't tapping the screen. Next thing I know, I'm zapped. I'm like, damn, the conversation was good.
It was good. I didn't know.
I'm tapping the screen, baby, because I don't want to get booted out.
So look, y'all, these are the ways you monetize on these platforms, though. Facebook, you can monetize 5 ways. YouTube, you can monetize 7 ways. TikTok, I've only seen 3, but I know is more ways to monetize. I've gotten checks from Facebook, 2 checks from Facebook. I got money in my TikTok. It's just I don't have a PayPal. Huh?
I need to be a billionaire off of Facebook.
Oh yeah, me too. But on Facebook, the thing of it is, you have to be a business profile. I've been on Facebook since 2004. So you have to be a business profile. So get your algorithm up, get all that up. So then when it asks you, do you want to monetize? Then it's going to help you monetize. So your content's going to monetize. The more you post will help you monetize. Because I haven't been posting like I do, because usually I'll be posting. Even though it might flood Facebook, that's how I'm getting my checks. Whether a person like it or not. Whether they like it or not, I'm still going to get a $45 check, a $35 check. That's something I ain't really worked for. But on YouTube, you can monetize 7 ways. TikTok now lets you monetize by scrolling. So it's ways. This is what I'm saying. And this is your intellectual property. This is why I have a YouTube channel. So every time I do anything, it's on YouTube channel. That's my intellectual property, because that's my channel.
I got a YouTube channel. I ain't put that on there since 2007.
Y'all better use these channels. You're the media. The prophet said we needed our own media. You're media. This is a chance for us to be the media. So control your intellectual property. Like sis said, man, you need to get you some kind of line of business. It's time to do these businesses and support one another. So, even we need to do some lives where it's just promoting businesses, where you're selling your stuff in that box. Right. I let somebody else come up and sell stuff out of that box. This is the way we got to support each other, y'all. We got to learn how to support each other by using our platforms and bringing the people we know that do these things to these platforms to advertise for them, wear they stuff. Because now I'm gonna have on me some IC, what's it? ICU? ICY. I'm gonna have me some ICY on in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start supporting each other, because y'all go out here and go to Macy's and all these other places, spend all this money on this crap, and you never take the time to really look at your people that are really putting the fashion together, really making y'all look fly without all these chemically based clothing.
Yes, and that's what I kept saying on my little haul today. That the material that I got, I made sure that it wasn't like eczema.
Yeah.
Eczema, or you wearing polyester and
yes, all them blended materials. We have to be 100% cotton, 100% linen, 100% silk. That's what our ancients wore.
We sheets that you sleep on.
Yes.
Yes. You have bad sleep if you on some bad sheets.
Oh man, you're gonna sweat. If the thread ain't right, you're gonna be hot. It's just bad. And then the chemicals go into your body in them sheets, y'all. So we got to go back to really understanding what that is. We have cotton ginny, so nobody's picking cotton no more. And we made the cotton ginny. So that cotton ginny can help us make clothes. They make handmade garb in Habesha garb in Ethiopia by hand. All them dresses y'all see me in from Ethiopia are made by hand, straight cotton. They are by hand tying and making them dresses and those clothes. So we got to start doing even that, getting out of this place, creating relationships in other places so we could travel there to see what they have to offer us, so that we can start getting the right material for everything we do, and we can go source it ourselves. We ain't got to go to no California no more in New York. Now you're going to have the opportunity to literally get up, go make connections for yourself, and get everything you want. And especially, what you say, sis? Especially now that we got this foreign currency, this gold and silver. And I hope y'all been doing that. I hope y'all really have been paying attention.
Don't miss out on the Nazara Gazara. Don't skip on that.
The Nasara Jasara, yes, that's amazing too. That's wealth is
humanitarian money.
Yes, that's your humanitarian money. It is. And those gold.
This is why this is important about being careful of what you post and what you say in your own house, because your TVs and shit is You have to understand that these people already said they know your heart before you do. They already know all about you. Your shit's in the clouds and all that. So they know when this money comes out, because everybody, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know how TikTok is playing.
No, I think you're gonna be good.
You know that every citizen, because we are still citizens when it comes to the state. This is why we can't be deported, because we're citizens of the state, right? Now, you will get $100,000 every month for 11 years.
Yeah. Well, you better hope y'all ain't talking bad about Trump. That's all I'm gonna say, because he might withhold yours.
These people are being watched. That's why I'm saying be careful what you put on these platforms, because you will be on the China system. And I'm not trying to say that to fearmonger.
But that's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's like you got to be careful, because you are being galactically. If there was an indictment, if there was a galactic federal indictment, it wasn't just down here on the earth. It was galactically. This man is Majestic 12.
Come on.
You know what that is? Go watch Above Majestic when you get off the live. It's on YouTube for free now. They was charging. But if you go pull up Above Majestic, watch it. John Quavius is the number one of Majestic 12. Bush Sr. used to be Majestic 12. If you go back and look at the video when they did his funeral and he had them envelopes in those, he gave them envelopes.
And they was passing them around. They was telling y'all in trouble.
And they was looking all crazy. If you look what it says, I'm sorry, they know everything.
Yep.
But he went to the Galactic Federation and said, I feel like Trump would be excellent for the Galactic. And this is when they was bad. This is when they weren't righteous. But the universe, which is the power of the creator, they had to set these people down, like, check this out. And how I know this, because I read a 69-page PDF of the Galactic Federation with Earth Amina. Earth, they used to be on there. I don't know what happened to her. She said once she got her money, she was going to disappear, and she did. She ain't nowhere on no social media. I ain't seen her. But she read this PDF, and it was showing all these pictures of John Quavius with them. And they were tall, girl. They was like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, they're tall.
People said, oh, that's AI, that's AI. You got to understand AI was put here for a reason. It's for you to really wake up, because everything ain't AI. It's a message behind the AI.
AI been here.
Don't even know it.
AI's been here, y'all. It ain't nothing but your intelligence. AI has already been here. Y'all slow and very late. We've been doing this already.
In that PDF, they was talking about how we're ISBEs, having the human experience, but it was talking about the iPhones and how all this technology's been here for centuries, and we're just now getting it. And this is what dumbed the people down, the technology. Because if you look around, everybody has a phone in their hand. We on the phone now. Everybody got the phone. Laundromat, you on the phone. Store, you on the phone. Library, you on the phone. In the gym, you on the phone. It's the technology that came and swept the thinking. But if you're using the technology in the way it was supposed to, then humanitarian project is what releases your Nasara. Nasara is the national economic, and Jasara is the global
economic. Yes, and that was done back in the 80s with the farmers. That really was. That was done with the farmers. That's why it's important you get you some land and farm, garden. Y'all need to. That's why grow. This apothecary, we got land all over the place. So I'm excited, and it is just growing with our collective of people. You know what I'm saying? We got a connection where one of our brothers is putting the vending machines in the dispensaries. He just got the contract for it. So when I say you start moving with people that are really doing stuff, and you will see what your relationships are about to be like. They're out of this world. They can't even compare. And John Quavius was the perfect person to come in here and make this happen, because that's a businessman. I followed Donald Trump forever. That's why I opened my first salon. I was always watching what he was doing. Like, this man done bankrupt 7 times and he's still going. Man, I'm telling you, I was like, I'm going to be like Donald Trump. This man getting it. And this was before everybody was talking about they wanted Donald Trump money.
Loved him.
Yeah, I've always loved Donald Trump, though. When I was young, he would be
all his enemies now.
Yeah, he would be on the different Ebony magazines with the sisters. He was dating the models. Y'all forget that. I don't. That was in the 80s.
He had him a black woman for 2 years.
Come on.
But again, it goes back to the orange skin and the copper tone.
Yes.
First ascendant of Abraham Lincoln.
Come on.
So when these people find out that, and when he said it's only 144,000. I knew he was down with the OPP.
Down with OPP, and he is. Well, that came out today, too. All you got to do is go to Instagram, because I posted it. It's showing you how the bloodline pops off. It shows you how they're all related, how that is his great-grandfather. Great-great-grandfather or great-grandfather is Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
So y'all, that's why I say.
That's what's going to bust everybody's head open. Because if you think the Kennedys and JFK Sr., if y'all didn't know, he just died in 2021 at 103 years old. He wasn't gone. So Trump is doing everything that he was doing.
Because that was his grandfather.
Those thought they was going to execute him.
Yes.
And if you go back, you can find that it was a dummy. You can find that it was a whole, like an arts Child, it was a statue. Okay.
They are switching people out, y'all. Y'all have to understand that. It's called bait and switch. They're switching people out. I said earlier, if you go back and look at that man that got taken out in Minnesota that was kicking the car, he looked just like the man that supposedly died on the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Y'all better understand they do this. They do this to y'all. Y'all don't even be paid because they'll keep a person out of the view for a minute or put them in the background and you don't notice. These crisis actors have always been crisis actors. So everything you're seeing is a world stage. Everybody you're seeing probably ain't who they are. If they can clone Tyrone, they can clone you too. So you could be cloned somewhere and you don't even know it. Somebody could be living my best life as Latae. And I'm over here cussing and acting and trying to get to free the people. But the other Latae, the clone Latae, chilling on the beach, drinking, chilling, got some fine men around her, giving her massages and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Feeding me some grapes. Go get them grapes. Because I think I got 5 husbands in my other life where I'm going, go get my grapes. I'm demanding. Bring it, baby. Come on. You get Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna have 7. Everybody get them a day of the week. Whoever got the best, though, I'm gonna have to keep 2 days because whoever got the best, I'm gonna have to make sure you get them 2 days. But I'm saying, y'all, we could all be cloned at this point. We can all be some clones around here.
At the end of the day, we can definitely all be. Sticking your spit down there to Ancestry, you already got a clone.
Yeah, my sister said that. She said I probably do because I sent my spit.
Yep. And did you see the break on that? They got
caught.
They got caught. Ancestry got caught. Go look that up. They got caught. Millions of dollars. People's DNA and shit and lying to the people about where they was from and their heritage and all that.
Yeah, okay.
DNA for Lord God knows what.
That's what I'm saying. You said it's a lawsuit? Okay.
Trump exposed all that under the declassification of all the information.
Oh, the big beautiful bill. The big beautiful bill. Oh, yes, it do. It says Ancestry faces multiple lawsuits, primarily class actions alleging privacy violations, misuse of user data, that's names, photos, and DNA, for advertising without consent, and issues with genetic information sharing post-acquisition by Blackstone, violating the laws like Illinois' GIPA. Other suits target auto renewals and patent infringements. While recent rulings have sometimes favored Ancestry, dismissing claims over data sharing during the Blackstone deal. But other cases continue, focusing on user consent for data use in advertising and subscriptions. What is hilarious is they got the Blackstone in here. And if y'all don't know nothing about the Blackstone and why they go kiss that Blackstone, and when they go kiss that Blackstone over there, that they kissing the Asiatic woman's vagina. Just to let y'all know that.
What?
That's what the Blackstone is. Yes. So when you see them doing this, them folks, you see them doing that, they kissing our stuff. They kissing the black woman Joni. You see how bad we've been missed. We've been so.
A black woman, but
they hate us at the same time. Our own men hate us. I mean, that's just the truth. They really do. Our own brothers hate us. We are not protected. I promise you, if I was to go outside right now and a group of folks ain't no man coming to save me. I couldn't depend on no well, my sons. Let me not say that. My sons is different. But I'm saying a man, like just a man on the street, a brother, see a sister being violated. He ain't gonna step in. We unprotected. But I bet you he seen a Caucasian lady get stumped on or another lady get stumped on. He gonna try his best to go save her. But he won't come save his sister. And
that is so true.
Show me.
Most unprotected, most disrespected.
I promise you. And that's gonna stop today.
Right, that part.
That's gonna stop today because I'm sorry. We deserve all the respect and love that anybody can give because there's too many great Asiatic women walking around here that really have a whole lot to offer to an amazing brother. But most of these brothers want to wait till they can't do nothing, barely moving, before they want to commit to you.
Okay, I wanted to share this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about advertising for people.
Okay.
So, invited to at JB Butters and Bliss. It is on the 7th of February. I was invited by Lewis, and it's on. Oh, here's the whole complete flyer. If y'all want to tune in, like body butter.
Really? Okay. I think somebody sent me that now that you say that.
Self-care social.
That would be good to go. So, see, those are the things I'm talking about. That would be a great thing for you to have your clothes there. These are the things we need to do. Put them out there.
It's a lot of vendors at this place. Hold on a minute. See, and this is the stuff I got to start getting into, like when they are having this kind of stuff.
And you're vending?
Go in and set up my little thing.
Yes, y'all. I'm telling you, vending is the thing. Vending is the thing. You can make some good money. Make you some handmade soaps. Make you some candles. Whatever. Some t-shirts.
Somebody doing massages there. It says this event is for you if you love luxury and soft life vibes. Self-care is your ritual and you crave pampering and relaxation. It's at 3700 Havana Street. Abundant Distinctions will be there. Valentine's Day, it says, who is this? Nay Boo's Treats. So Nay Boo got some treats going. We got Rave Beauty Bar, POA Naturals, Abundant Distinctions, Goddess Sprays, Layla Honey, or Leela's Honey. And then there's one more down. Moon Juice, M&J 2.08, Joya Bella Beauty, and the Underground Empire. So that's and fragrances. It's a world of fragrances. So they got body butter, skincare, fragrances, and scent exploration, luxury beauty and wellness vendors.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one to go to. I'm gonna check it out and see I asked what their vending fee was. I haven't heard anything yet. So I don't know. We'll see if I hear anything. Let me know if you hear anything. But I did send them something to ask them about their vending space. So, but there's a couple of events coming up in Atlanta too. A couple of them. I know the Malcolm X Festival's coming very soon. That's always a good one to do.
I would love to go to that.
To the Malcolm X Fest? All right. I'll find out who has booths. I'll see who has some. I know I'll probably end up getting one anyway. So even if you want to set up, we could go in together if you want to. Usually that one I want to say is at 5 or 6. It's either 2 days or 3 days. I gotta ask what the fee is. But the Malcolm X Fest, Marcus Garvey Fest is coming. I'm sure it'll be so many other festivals that will be going on very soon. But I think even traveling, I went to like Indiana to vend. I was invited to go.
Get out of my bed.
Who?
Because while you was just saying that, I was thinking just right before you said, I said, I'm so ready to travel, and then you said traveling.
Really?
I was waiting for you to get done talking because I was going to say, you know what? After beating 9 cases, baby, it's time for me to travel.
Yes.
Like, I was stuck here.
Yes.
I ain't stuck no more.
You ain't stuck. You ain't stuck. It's time to go. So yes, DC has the Jazz Festival. I want to say that Jazz Festival is 2 weeks long. One of my friends that does body butter, she always goes. Ribby's Body Treats. I mean, she's big time in Georgia. But she goes to DC. She be everywhere. That's how I went to Indiana to a show. But we can start going to these shows, whether they're the Black International Business Expos, they're everywhere. Get a booth, and that's how you get out here and get to know and travel and meet people. Like, this is what you do. This is how you brand yourself. This is how you're able to say, okay, people will know you all over. Then we eventually will go to the magic show in Vegas. Get you a booth there. You got your clothes at the magic show.
We gotta get these trades up under our belt, right? So I found 2 sewing machines in my aunt's house.
Okay, I got one. You ready? I got one here and one in Atlanta. Where we ready to start?
When I tell you, I was thinking about all that, it ain't called cloth, but all the
fabric
material that they had in California. They sold more material than they sold clothes.
More fabric, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fabric. That's right, fabric. And I always saying, because it was so much tight fabric. I'm like, dang, if I had this in that suit, this would be so cute. But when I seen that sewing machine, the first thing came to mind is, you know what? I'm about to learn I took a sewing class in high school.
Learn how to sew.
We don't never forget.
Right.
So once I put hands on it, I know how to thread it, but I just got to remember how to
guide it.
Put my memory.
Exactly. Well, I can do a wig. I can do a wig on the sewing machine. I can do some things. I could probably sew you a hem, do some things like that. But I really want to get into making my own garb, because the one thing I know the Moorish sisters want, they want their own garb made here, over here. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to dress in our royalty too. And that's the turbans and the really dope. Like, you see the Africans, they dress in their royalty. That's how we should be dressing. We should be in royal garbs at all times, because we're royalty. Once we walk around like royalty, you're treated like royalty. Because the turban is the highest headdress for the woman. The fez, same thing. It's the highest headdress for the man. It's our religious headdress. So it's your crown. That's your crown. Yeah, they restricted me again. I ain't tripping on them people.
Why are they doing that?
Because somebody's on here hating because they don't like what nobody's saying, because they some haters and they didn't say it first.
That's what that means?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's just saying stuff.
Something about restricted for 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, that's what it said. I got 3 of them. So what? What y'all mad because it's the truth?
Well, TikTok is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't even saying nothing.
Girl, because it's somebody hating. It's one of these foreigners, immigrants.
On your live?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Anybody could go through your live on TikTok. Anybody.
What you mean? See, I'm getting off of TikTok. I can't do
that. So TikTok is more based on, it's not based on who you know. TikTok is going to be people from, I've met so many people from all over the world. I can say TikTok is where I have met so many dope people.
So let me get this right. So we was just talking about businesses and making money, and they came on here and said that was a restriction.
Yeah, that's why I said it got to be somebody hating. Got to be somebody just don't like, because they ain't said it first. It's probably one of them old ratchet Moors that I don't like.
Y'all need to
don't like me back.
Go get your trust set up. Like you up here hating.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you, they don't like me back. I don't care. But I think that's what it is, sis. I think that's because we ain't said nothing that's hurt nobody's feelings. We ain't said nothing.
Somebody's feelings got hurt.
Yeah, somebody's feelings got hurt, but it's cool. We'll just reschedule our talk again. You have brought so much information. I thank you, girl. Let's get your business rolling. Huh?
I'm in awe behind that.
Yeah.
I thought it was me because it was like you can't do something for 10 minutes. I'm like, what?
No, that was the whole video, yeah. But so Let's get you. Yeah, I want you to. Let's see how that one's going. I'm gonna see what other ones I can find that may be good too. I know they have this market that comes up in Denver downtown, but I don't think it starts till the spring, and they do it once a week.
Oh, y'all, did y'all know there was a power outage in Aurora? It's been like that for weeks. Like,
What?
I had to come down here because the power was out. And then if you go look it up and say, power outages in Aurora, it's been going on in Aurora for the last 2 weeks.
Are you serious? Oh wow.
Like she said, y'all fix it now. Like, what the F? And then the person said, the power out over there too. She said, girl, my house is like miles away, like Aurora Centennial area. I was at the side of Island. As soon as I walked in, the power went out.
What?
In Aurora. They did it all last week, and when I looked it up, it was right over there in my area. I said, what the hell have they got?
What?
CBS. Come on.
Oh my goodness, girl. What?
And there's so many drones out there, it's not even funny. All night long.